Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Elder League Finals here. I'm your host, ProNibs here, and we're about to get in picks and bans here. I believe they did a pro draft beforehand, so this should be relatively quick. So I'm mainly be talking about reasons and whys they're doing this right here. But on the blue side here, we have Omega Gaming Alpha. This team has been dominating the Elder League. I think honestly they're looked one of the strongest Elder League teams we've had in quite a while. With like a 15-3 record. But on the other side here on the red, we do have the Rapid Rabbits. 12-6 was a team that I would honestly say like a team that unexpectedly would get here. And like if you looked at the beginning of the year, you go like, oh, there's like 4 teams made by the admins, and then there's 6 pre-mades. You would think it'd be 2 pre-mades in the finals, but no. Rapid Rabbits have made it work. They put in the work. I don't think they've ever scrimped ever together as a 5-man unit, but doesn't mean they haven't practiced before. And I think they just must have some innate synergy. And some person to look out for here on this team is Sniper in the bot lane. I definitely think he's definitely one of the better looking ADCs, but Prize and Oxy definitely no slouch either. Princeton, Pheasants Marin, and Kingan have definitely shown some pretty amazing games overall. Definitely looking for them. But something to note here is the Tahm Kench in the top lane. Definitely a spicy pickup there. Really good into these melee matchups like the Aatrox. I believe they first picked those. Yeah, they picked those two in the second rotation after first picking a Taric here. So definitely a little flexibility there, and that they were doing a little flex drive, and they just go like, no, we're going to pick the Tahm Kench. It wins either of these matchups. So I think that's honestly Tahm Kench is actually a really good pick, and the top Tahm Kench has really been coming into fruition as more people are figuring it out, especially with the W changes and then the Q cooldown reduction. Like all those changes really made it easy for Tahm Kench to start dominating the top lane. It's honestly disgusting. I highly doubt. I wouldn't doubt like seeing a top lane gank just go bad and just like Tahm Kench clicks E, he just walks away. Even maybe win a team fight. Like this is a champion that's like extremely good in the lane, and then scales well later into the game by like just saving his teammate, being a really solid, super tanky frontliner. Think like Dr. Mundo when Dr. Mundo was really meta in season 5. That's what Tahm Kench is kind of offering now, where it's like you can't stay in melee range at this guy very long because he'll eventually kill you with percent health damage. So something to note though is the Ezreal Sona lane that's about to be picked here into Kai'Sa Taric. I think this is definitely could be a very passive lane, but it also could go the other way, where if this Kai'Sa starts getting ahead, it can be disastrous for Ezreal Sona. Definitely not the strongest champions in the mid game here. And then on top of that though, Ezreal Sona could actually be pushing and get priority here against Kai'Sa Taric, just simply because they have the double poke, double range against Taric, who's a melee champion, so definitely could be trying to punish that. And then look at the mid lane. I mean, LeBlanc, Ahri, this is a classic matchup. If the Ahri is really strong on how quickly she is throwing her charms out, knows when the W's are coming in, the distortions from the LeBlanc, she can always consistently land her charms. Similar to how like if you're playing Lux, you know, you throw your Q between where the LeBlanc jumps on you and where she jumped from. That way you're almost guaranteed to snare in most scenarios. Similar thing with the charm here from Ahri. And something to note though is the jungle matchup. This thing, it should be definitely is a skill for later on the side of Rapid Rabbits here on the red side, but on the blue side of Aatrox, we saw this yesterday, last week, Pheasants Marin in the semifinals, and that Aatrox was absolutely disgusting. I think he went like 14, 5, and 5. He had like an insane game where you could pretty much just like 1v4 or 1v5, and like he would get a kill on his ult almost immediately, get the super, get the ultimate like healing boost, which is absolutely disgusting. Every Q is healing you for like a third of your health, like total, and those kind of things. Albeit Conqueror did get nerfed, so it does actually hurt this jungle Aatrox that they just picked here. Does hurt this top Irelia they just picked here as well, but the rest of the champions are relatively unfazed by that. But the nerf from 10 to 8 definitely hurts Aatrox in terms of being really strong in team fights, is mainly because that's what made him innately like deceptively tanky, because he can go like Sterix Gauge, those kind of items, like other tanky type items that like give him just like a health boost just to, and the shield, but he's not able to do those anymore. So I'm honestly expecting Tahm Kench to win in the top lane, Mid lane definitely could go either way. I will have to see if Brutus Muffin how he stacks up against Princeton, and then bot lane will be. I think it's really up to these junglers in terms of what happens early. I think realistically, aside from top lane, the rest of these lanes could go either way depending on how these players play it. Does Pocket Cookies making a mistake on Sona? Definitely a very squishy champion that can be punished very heavily. Not as bad as Yuumi, as Yuumi is right now, but definitely could be disastrous in that respect. But I respect the Sona pick because they were the words. Omega Alpha did first pick the Taric, and they're kind of threatening Sona Taric in this first draft. This is a best of 5, so the draft games and stuff and mental games that go on there definitely gonna be playing a part here. If Omega Gaming Alpha is threatening a Sona Taric every single draft, I highly expect Rapid Rabbits might decide to change it up, and maybe they'll start banning one of the two. That way they don't have to play it. Depending on how this game goes, is the Sona heavily punished? Does the Taric not work at all? And they go like, he can't play Taric at all. Whatever, man. Let's pick what he wants. Or is it something else? We'll have to see. I'm really hyped for this. This is the Elder League Finals. It's been a while since I've been able to cast a finals game. Dragon League Finals is really hype. I say hype, but it was actually not really close at all. But both of those teams are going to Amateur League Invitational. So don't have that for Elder League right now. But, I mean, it's very possible that something like that could come up again. I know someone was giving out the feelers about that. So one of these teams could maybe be representing us in another invitational type thing. We'll have to see. But Mega Game Alpha, definitely the favorites in this matchup. I honestly expect Kingin, despite what I'm saying here with the Tom Kench being really strong in Irelia, he definitely could try and TP bot lane, try and go to other lanes and affect other lanes in a positive way that would allow him to actually be really effective and just kind of avoid this like really poor laning phase he's going to have against Tom Kench, because it's just not a lane he wants to be in. You don't want to stick around in a lane for a very long time. You would want to do really short trades, which on Irelia you don't want to do short trades. So definitely curious how that goes. But let's get in game. Ooh, this is interesting. Brutus Muffin is going with the Glacial Augment Ari. So that's definitely the more slow pokey build. And honestly, with the Tom Kench, the Ari, and the Ezreal, they actually have a really good kiting composition that can slow the enemies down, kite them out, slowly whittle them down and poke them out, and then whenever they're ready, they can go for the kill here with the Sejuani or maybe a flash zone ult here. So definitely looking for that. And honestly, that's really effective into Taric, who's mainly looking for let's all in, let's have a really big team fight. It will be really explosive. We got a high amount of burst. And they do have a high amount of burst, but it's more like the other team does not have a high amount of burst. They're more sustained DPS. They're more poking you out. So, luckily they denied the Sona Taric because I would completely screw over this team composition. But we'll have to see how that works out. Does it work out? Are they able to keep their distance, or is Kinging on that Aurelia and Fetch Smart able to just like take over this game? I mean, they've essentially like 3 really good bruisers and assassins that can 1v1 any champion in the game relatively. So we'll have to see how that goes here. We're almost into the game here. Let me turn off the music because we're into the Elder League game 1 of the Elder League Finals. I'm just getting excited for this. It's been a while since I've seen Sniper play, so I'm and Brutus Muffin, so I'm definitely excited for those two. Been long-standing members. Pocket Cookies been a long-standing member of the Elder League as well, so definitely looking forward to both of these players. See how they've been doing, see how they've been progressing in the game, but everything else is standard. Let's see how this game goes, guy. Are you guys hyped? Twitch chat, come on, man. I see an OMG win for Jim Carrey, guys. Nice alt chat right there from Sovereign. I see pings going out here. Yeah. So I don't think any invades or any shenanigans going to go on here level 1. This, like I said, this is a best of 5. They're trying to keep their cool here. They're trying to make sure nothing wonky happens this game. Kind of feel where each team is at and what, who are the weak points on each team. And it's really hard to find a weak point in this Omega Game Alpha team here. So maybe Kingin losing lane is, one of those guys that goes, like every game I cast of him, he seems to be going like 5-0 in lane. Like, maybe the opposite is, if he's not going 5-0, he's going 0-5, I don't know. I've never seen him lose the lane, so I can't say. But maybe Rapid Rabbits has this strat prep for him just to tilt him with this Tom Kench top. It is very annoying to play against. I'm talking about it so much because it really is irritating to play against. It's the worst thing to play against, especially if you're melee top. So we'll have to see. I think both junglers are going to start on their bot side. Jungle is here, both going to get a leash here. So yeah, there is the Aatrox pinging going down there, and I don't expect anything crazy in this early game. Like I said, this should be relatively calm. It's mainly be up to these junglers in terms of how this game goes. You know, who gets a lead here, but Oxy and Prides could make something happen. And kind of talking about like team fighting and stuff like that. I do worry about the side of the. Yeah, there's a little poke going down. I do worry about the side. Ooh, that King is going for the early trade actually, and able to get away, but he actually lost. He lost the auto trade against an Aurelia. So that is really rough. But going back to what I was about to say, the team fighting here is kind of pretty much just like poke, sustain damage, versus a high amount of burst and those kind of things. So on the side of a Mega Game Alpha, I really don't think anything's going to happen. I have nothing else to really talk about right here except for just comment on what these guys are doing, because I don't want to say anything and just get something going or anything like that. Beast Snake might almost have the stun there. No, able to walk away. Sniper doing fairly well in this Ezreal lane, kind of bullying early. It's actually looking good for that team right there. Kind of doing what I was saying before. They have the double range bot lane, so they should be able to abuse the matchup, abuse the melee support. Kai'Sa is relatively short range, so definitely helping them out there. But as long as Rapid Rabbits can keep the early game here fairly even, don't let anything bad happen. Ooh, Sovereign and Fezesmart actually going to find each other, but Sovereign is actually fairly low. Fezesmart could go for this right there. Does land the second Q there. That's empowered, but I think Sejuani flashing away right there. No big deal. And looking at him right now. Now he's going to give a ward near the red buff. And that should be just about it. Well played by him. Did force a Sejuani flash early, so definitely makes it a lot harder for her to gank successfully here. I'm wondering if Sniper and Pocket Cookies here are going to go for the plating, since they're probably going to be pushing this lane up all the time here. Like I said, double poke, double range bot lane should be getting an advantage here in the early game. I'm curious, like, yeah, are they going to go for the poke on the enemy laners and trying to force them out early, and trying to force bad backs for the Kai'Sa, bad backs for the Taric here, or are they going to go more for the plating, try and get more gold in this Ezreal, get more Kleptomancy procs, kind of do more focus on that and making sure that this Ezreal is actually really strong come mid-game, because it is a lot of their damage for this team composition, albeit the Tahm Kench does a deceptive amount of damage. But ooh, there is a stun right there on Pop Cookies, but not too much else to get out there. And I mean, all the lanes are relatively even. There's no crazy CS differential going on. I think the only thing crazy going on is the health difference from the two junglers here. But Fezesmart is coming top right now, actually. So Kingen starting this engage right now. Could get stunned up right here with one more auto and a Q. But forcing Beak Snake to flash this early is actually really good. Nice arcane shift from Sniper right here. And, ooh, and another stand lines right now. But Beak Snake does have his E again. Sovereign is here. So just playing defensive. Make sure that this Tahm Kench does not get killed early. Don't want to start giving this Aurelia a nice snowball in the lead, because we've seen Kingen with an advantage before, and it's disgusting hugely, so don't want him having that. I'm kind of surprised B-Snake isn't trying to initiate more of these like long trades here in the top lane. I guess he's more worried about CSing. He's just thinking, I'll be useful later, I'll be able to eat the sauna, make sure she doesn't get bursted out by a LeBlanc or an Aatrox or the Aurelia, whoever's jumping on her. And B-Snake going to use a TP top, so that is a TP advantage here for King. He definitely could go back here and then return to the lane, you know, just kind of for free. I don't know if he has enough gold for anything. He is sitting on 500, so he just backed right now. He bought some pink wards, you know, pretty normal stuff here from a top laner. Bomby Cinder Rush from the Tahm Kench, looking to have this lane push in as often as possible here, along with his Doran Shield and Control Ward. Fezesmart making some moves here on the bot side in the river. Oh, he's just going right on in. He thinks they have this right now. Sniper actually might be out of position here. Does have to Arcane Shift. But didn't have to burn his flash. Did burn a heal right there, but Sovereign is here to actually answer. But he's actually down to levels. This is actually really dangerous for him, especially with how much low mana Pocket Cookie is. Doesn't matter, Oxy's low mana. He's still Taric, has low mana cost stuff, but Pocket Cookies is literally a ranged minion without mana. There's quite a difference between a Sonin with no mana and a Taric with no mana. Yeah, Beast Snake now getting that push in like I was talking about with the Bomby Cinder. I think he's actually gonna get a small, very small CS lead of like 4 or 5, but nothing. A few autos and the gray health trade cannot prevent. Oh, he actually just got the grass proc right there. And Princeton, oh, they're actually duking it out here in the middle. Like, both are level 6 right now, so they could be going for something, but looks like neither of them fully commit to that. LeBlanc much better in those like really small trades where all they do is just trade spells, because LeBlanc can just spam her ultimate much lower cooldown on that compared to Ari's in the early game. So Beast Snake getting stunned up, so extra damage. Oh, he's actually going to commit the ultimate here, but every single time Beast Snake gets the third proc on him like that, Kingen is not in range unless he's going to get this kill right now. I think he has it right now. He does the flash right there. Does land the stun, and that is first blood right there for Kingen. What a nice play right there. Did definitely need to flash. Nice use of Corrupting Potion during that fight. So, well played by him. And now, Fezzesmar knows this is my go time. I can go in the jungle. They definitely could just have their relay come down. And this Sejuani should definitely be backing off. And now it's definitely a level advantage as well in the jungle. Albeit they have even CS, but right now Fezzesmar is taking away the Krugs from the Sejuani, so, and it's about to be found out, but I mean, Kingen is still up there, so you can definitely just stop his back like he just did. But Breedus Muffin is walking up right now, was debating about contesting, but Fezzesmar goes like, no, we got the kill first, top lane, we don't need to force anything else, we're good, let's take the advantage. I got some of the Krugs already, so I'm denying a little bit more. I'm denying and delaying the Sejuani level 6, which is when she starts ganking, when she starts getting strong, so smart play by the jungler here. Just delay that level 6 just a small bit longer definitely helps his team out. This will definitely be a really long delayed level 6, because usually you want that level 6 and you usually have that on Sejuani by about 7:30. He's going to end up having it at 8:30 here, so a minute difference could be quite enough just to help them out. There is an early Earth Drake. I'm wondering if maybe Fezzesmar might prioritize this. Something you'll notice here is though is Sniper and Pocket Cookies definitely have wards on it already. They're just trying to keep track of it. There is a pink ward in the pit though, so they do know that that is at least being tracked as well. So both of them are thinking about this Earth Drag, making sure nothing bad happens there. LeBlanc is coming down right now, so we'll have to see if they decide to commit anything here bot lane, or if they're just gonna force it down. But Sejuani is walking down here right now. I think they do know that the LeBlanc is MIA. Pretty sure they got the communication going on, so using the Song of Celerity there from Pocket Cookies just to walk away a little bit faster. And no big deal. And pink ward being taken out by Bruce, but there is a LeBlanc coming on the way, so could be need to be a little careful. Yeah, and no fight there. LeBlanc just W's over the Dragon Pit wall and runs far away. Fezzesmar is on bot side now. Both teams are definitely thinking about this drag here. Sovereign is looking to take this pink ward. This is a little dangerous considering the Aatrox could find him in the pit here. Definitely doesn't lane priority. Meanwhile, on top lane, Beast Snake and Kingen are definitely fighting. Sovereign having to flash away, but the flash on the Aatrox is here. Sovereign getting a kill, getting a reset on his ultimate right now, so definitely can keep going. Meanwhile, on top lane, I think Kingen's actually about to get taken down. That stupid Tom Kench is disgusting. Yeah, he just went down right now. Meanwhile, Princeton and Brutus Muffin kind of took that as their cue to actually do a fight of themselves. Princeton just did a flash right now. Actually, the final cue right there, taking him down. Well played by him, but they still have a jungler here, so they can still take this dragon right here. Have the smite ready right now. But Sniper is looking to contest a little bit here. Just maybe get some Kleptomancy procs and some poke down, but I don't think he can fully contest. Does have Pocket Cookies in his back pocket, but they have to be a little careful here that nothing bad happens. But nice Arcane Shift over the wall. Meanwhile, Beast Snake, because he won that 1v1 in the top lane, he does get a plating there as his reward. So well played by him. Kingen finally made a mistake up there by trying to fully commit to this Tom Kench for a really long time. He's doing really good in the lane. He would like go in, by the time the third stack was there, he would queue away to a minion. He'd be far away from the Tom Kench. He's like, no, I will not fight you with 3 stacks on me. That's always going to end up being bad. But the longer this lane goes, I think the worse it gets, because Tom Kench is just going to build armor. He already has a Ninja Tabby. He just bought the Chain Vest here. Ooh, stun does land right there in bot lane, but Pocket Cookie's just healing back up. But like I was saying before, yeah, he's just gonna get tankier. He's gonna be more annoying. All he's pretty much building is just so he can wave clear, and then if you decide to contest him, he's gonna just walk up and be a Tom Kench and like give you the lick. And you don't want the lick from this dude. It is disgusting to have a big frog lick you. I can't speak from personal experience, but I'm pretty sure it's not very good, not very desirable. Yeah. So looking at the item builds, GOP done here by the Ahri. So getting that slow done, and meanwhile this LeBlanc, I think top lane is about to have a fight actually. That should be interesting. B-Snake's kind of try to bait it out. Oh, he got the last auto there, but Kingen always landing these stuns. Oh, he does land the stun right there. Now means he can get the W off and just put him right into the face of Sejuani here. Kingen is going to get taken down. Well played by Sovereign here. Just knowing that the opportunity is available. No flash was available. It's actually up in like 5 seconds. That's really unlucky as a top laner or just as a general player. Whenever you get ganked, you're like, ah, shoot. I like flash. Like, oh, I don't have the flash. And Mr. Frogboy now gets another plating in the top lane here. Actually, I think he got 2 here. So he's actually forcing a TP from the Aurelia. So that actually gets, now he has a TP advantage. But Fezzesmarn is behind him. He does have flash right now, so we have to see if he makes it out. Or is he going to just try and trade here with Kingen? Definitely with the amount of gray health he has. Now he's using the flash, but here comes the Sejuani. They actually waited out Fezzesmarn's ultimate right here. So they actually might be able to turn this around, I think. One more Q or W from B-Snake, and he'll be able to take him down. Ahri is down here as well. Does have the GLP. I think they do go for this dive right here, especially with the Ahri ultimate right there. That is secured right now. Meanwhile, Sejuani is tanking right now. Gonna have to take that off right now. But meanwhile, I think they're going to be able to take him down. Brutus Muffin getting 2 assists here in the top lane. Or 1 kill and 1 assist up here. So definitely well played here by Rapid Rabbits. Showing that they can go toe-to-toe with Omega Gaming Alpha here. So definitely really hype from these guys. I think that's a really good run for the Ahri, especially when we go in the GOP build. Like I was saying, trying to say before, GOP is a much quicker buy compared to this Luden's Echo that's still trying to be bought by the LeBlanc. And having a LeBlanc with like no real advantage early, in fact 1 death, down to 19 CS, kind of makes you worry and scratch your head. Because LeBlanc is one of those champions where if she's not ahead early, it's definitely not anywhere as desirable later into the game. Compared to something like this Ahri right here, that's going to have a lot of poke, a lot of decent damage here, and I think a lot of safer wave clear as well. LeBlanc, Aatrox are really like they're like Omega Gaming Alpha's team comp does not have safe, reliable wave clear. You're not going to see safe, reliable. It's pretty much solely dependent on them having a decent early game and making sure they can even snowball or just force these fights in a desirable way, right? So turret playing now gone. I believe there was like 3 taken in the bot lane. 1 taken in favor of Omega Gaming Alpha in mid, and then like 3 taken in the top lane. So definite advantage to Rapid Rabbits in that respect as well. And because of that, all this action that's been going on, the platings have been taken. Ooh, really nice charm right there. Half HP already for Princeton. But that has developed into like a solid 3k gold lead in favor of Rapid Rabbits. So laning phase kind of going in their favor actually, which is not something you expect from the like of King and from the like of Princeton, who've usually done really good. Sejuani now is pinging around that she wants to do the Scuttle Crab and Dragon on the bot side, but Fezzesmarn is about to show up behind Brutus Muffin. Really good double dash here, but honestly, I mean, Brutus Muffin still has another ult charge right there. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Sniper just going in right now. Ooh, the Sejuani or the Soda ult missing right there. Could be huge right there, and there's a Taric ult. Sniper having the flash away, but that W is going to finish him off. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Fezzesmarn is getting tracked down right now. Does have B-Snake with him with using the Tom Kench ult. Did join them up. But now, I don't know if they can secure any of these kills. Meanwhile, ooh, that's a nice flash stun from the Taric here. Prize is looking to get that last auto there, and that's going to be a kill secured for him now. And now it's like, oh my goodness, this game is starting to get really, really spicy right here. Trying to do the plays in mid, trying to force that. Sadly, they were not able to secure the kill on Fesmus or on Princeton there, so that actually makes this dragon a little risky in my opinion, especially with King in here. Ooh, really nice charm on the flashing Aurelia, but I don't think that's going to be enough. He might be able to get kill secured, maybe with the slow autoed. Yes, he does get it with the last auto that's slowing him with his spells. Prize, I think, is getting taken down by B-Snake. Honestly, disgusting on this Tom Kench. Smite from the Sejuani, gonna finish off, but doesn't have smite now for this dragon that's behind him. So, but B-Snake is just obnoxious right now. He's probably about to gobble him up right there. He is stunned up right now. Now Sniper is here to get at least an assist. I would have loved to have that kill go on him because that would rush his mana immune quite heavily. And now I think they secure this dragon. Sejuani actually doesn't have smite, could get randomly stolen here, but there's no one around on Mega Game Alpha to control this. So this Iceborne Gauntlet Ezreal, the Sona, and then the GOP Ari here looking to start executing on. I would say this is a siege comp. Sejuani eating Sejuani there. That's kind of funny. Oh, it's something I didn't know also is top lane turret did go down in favor of this Tahm Kench too. So he's kind of opening up the map, allowing himself to actually be able to use his Tahm Kench ult to go around to places. He's actually using it very well. Beastnik honestly is kind of asking for one of these Tahm Kench bans in the next game. I would not be surprised to see one. He's actually going for the Iceborne Gauntlet second. So there's going to be 2 Iceborne Gauntlets on this roster. One on the Ezreal and one on the Tahm Kench. And that just helps Tahm Kench's stickiness with the Sunfire Cape, with the licks right there. Just helps him stick onto people for such an obnoxiously long time. That is like, you don't want to be around this Tahm Kench. He does an insane amount of damage early game. But I think Brutus might be in trouble here. It's going to take a ward, but there is a stun right there. Well done by King, and starting to use all 3 ult charges to go away, but I don't think he's able to get GLP actually slowing everyone down. Pheasant Martin is looking though like he's going to try and go over the wall, but he does have a Tahm Kench in his pocket right there, so honestly they could have won that fight, honestly, considering that would have been a 3v3 in the top lane, but decided not to go for it there. Something to note is the lack of summoner spells in bot lane, so stuns like that on Sniper, if they are punished even more heavily, could result in kills. I'm surprised there's no jungle attention in the bot lane right now, considering, like I said, no summoner spells on anybody except for Sona's Ignite. All 8 of the summoner spells down there are on cooldown except for that Sona Ignite. Definitely easy targets just across the board there. Sniper a little bit more defensive with the Iceborne Gauntlet Rush. Did go the Sword Speed, so I'm expecting maybe he'll be doing the Luden's Echo second item once he finishes this tier. So Arise, I'm saying that Pheasant Martin is starting to get vision control in his bot side river here, so trying to make sure he can roam around his jungle. Meanwhile, on the top side, because they see Pheasant Martin down there, they are doing the Rift Herald right now, so really smart play by them. I think that's the right move here. Maybe you get that and you immediately pop it mid, try and get that mid lane open here, because that would really open up this Tahm Kench, this Ahri, to roaming around, trying to look for these picks, and trying to go for these sieges as well. Then again, Brutus Muffin, he could totally just auto this once. It's down. Really nice charm right there. Does a slow right there. Trying to oh, he's actually going for the kill here. He could one more ult charge right now, but Pheasant Martin is here with the ultimate. Does flash over to his team, so Tahm Kench able to eat him up, make sure he's safe. But there is an Irelia there, gonna take him down. Breeze Snake kind of needs Sovereign's help right now. I definitely think they could win this fight if they actually play it right, but not able to commit anything. And actually now I think they're in a little bit of trouble. Really good Sona right there, but the cleanse right there is up. Oh my goodness, one more auto on the Sona would have taken him down. Sovereign though still trying to run away in the mid lane here, so able to get away. Sona able to get away, like barely, like no health, no mana on this Sona. Like that is crazy low right there. Oxy though a little too aggressive, honestly. I wonder if Sniper will go for this. It's like one more E auto and maybe a Cutlass attack if he had that, but does not have that right now. And right when I was talking about those bot lanes of Summoner, it's pretty much Kai said the minute she got her cleanse back up, she had to use it again to get rid of the Sona ult. But that almost secured the kill in bot lane, but like just literally one more auto, like any more auto or anything like that. But does have that Storm Razor done. Luden's Echo now down in the LeBlanc, so definitely doing a lot more damage here. However, Brutus Muffin does have 2 items complete and Sword Shoes. I think they're going to do a Rift Herald here in the bot lane here, so they're looking to just get all 3 of the outer turrets secured. Definitely a solid plan from them. Definitely an easy plan to execute, but the 3k goalie they had earlier has actually swallowed back down to a 1k goal difference, now back up to 2 with that turret. So definitely a little worrying that they had this advantage where they were like up, 1 to 5 earlier, and now it's back down. But now they're doing the siege right now. Now they're doing a 4 or 5 man siege. They do have the Tahm Kench around here. They're actually forcing Kingan's teleport, and like look at that. All they do, they try and engage in a fight with the Taric stun, and then they just immediately back off. This is gonna be what you're gonna be seeing all game today from Rapid Rabbits here, and that's what they should be. That's how you execute. That is your win condition. That's how you actually win with this team composition. Luckily for them, they do have this Taric, which does help sustain against some of this, poke and sieging potentially have from the side of Rapid Rabbits, but I'm curious, you know, like, I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think the Tarek is maxing his heal. What kind of Tarek maxes heal? You usually max your stun. The base damage on that is insanely high. But I think we're going to get a fight over this dragon here that's about to respawn here. So, Brutus Muffin going to have to look for at least a decent chunk off somebody. Otherwise, Earth Drag is going to be the second one over to Mega out. And they're actually backing off. I think they want them to start it so then they can engage the fight, collapse on them from 3 different angles. That would be my understanding here is they're trying to push bot lane, they're trying to get that priority, and they're going to come try and collapse for this drag. Because honestly, if they have a bunch of little skirmishes and fights, they have an Aatrox, they have a LeBlanc, they have an Irelia, who are really strong in this scenario. So, but I think they're just straight up giving it up, it looks like, actually. So, I guess I'm too high level IQ for them, too big brained, thinking that they were doing it on purpose with the plan, but no, they're straight up seeding it. I feel like they think they're farther behind than they actually are. Ooh, cheeky Ezra ult right there to stop some backs. Princeton did get chunked up a little bit here, but I mean, Ahri is not doing a huge amount of damage. Her build is so cheap, but like she's not gonna 100-0 somebody. Definitely not kind of that thing. It's more of a more constant DPS utility type build. So this Ezreal is going to have to do a lot of work. Does have that Man-Immune completed. Does have the Iceborne completed, similar to his Tom Kench. And the Sejuani also has Iceborne. There's actually a lot of Icebornes in this game. I would go mentally insane if the... oh, my goodness. I would actually go mentally insane if the Ahri also did it too, just to be a little cheeky. I don't see why, but you never know. Sona's build is interesting to me. I haven't seen any Sonas that are kind of doing the Sona Tarek build. What you do is you rush Archangels. Ooh, Brutus Muffin is looking for a pick right now. Does land the charm. There is a Q being landed right now. Pheasant's does use the ultimate, but not enough to actually get him out necessarily. But able to walk away. But now the siege in the top lane begins. They did just force 2 people back. Pheasant's and LeBlanc here. Princeton need to back here, so definitely could be sieging up there. They're definitely taking this turret for free, actually, off of that pick right there. So well played by the Rapid Rabbits there. Just forcing their hand, knowing when they're stronger. Beast Snake forcing Kingen to go back. Ooh, nice dodge on the Q there, but Irelia was just proxy. He thinks someone is down here, but turns out no one is. So, gonna have to be a little careful there. Oh, he's waiting for the W proc right there. I would have held her longer. That way you, if he would have held her longer, that would have made sure his cooldowns were got up quicker, actually. So, ooh, Pheasant's almost stopping the Sona back, but this Irelia now with a null magic mantle like completed. I think that no, it's a Negatron cloak. He has a Negatron cloak and the Triforce completed. If he's going the Wit's End, I really like Wit's End against this team composition. There's a lot of magic damage, especially the Ezreal going. It looks to be a more magic damage focused build, albeit he's got a longsword. It's like he's gonna go Blade of the Ruin King instead of the Luden's Echo third item, like I was talking about earlier. So that's a little sketchy, actually. Like why would you swap it up? Why would you go Sork Shoes in that respect? I think usually you want to go the CDR thing, but Tom Kench did use his ult down here on the King Inn. Does have TP available, so I think he's just trying to force the Irelia to scoot back. Ahri is coming down right now, so the slows could actually occur here, but not going to do anything crazy. It's just building straight MR, and he honestly doesn't need to worry about LeBlanc bursting him down, because he can always click E. He can always get that shield on the frogs, not have to worry about that. So, definitely really strong. But this Kai'Sa now, I think Kai'Sa is really strong now with the Rage Bait completed. Wit's End was just finished now. Black Cleaver is done on this Aatrox. So this is definitely the really strong point of making alpha for this team composition is right now. Like, if this team's going to win any team fights, it's going to be right now. It's going to be from annihilating somebody right now. It's going to be... we'll have to see if they actually executed on it, though. So like I said, you know, if they get a pick right here, Brutus Muffin starts another pick with the Charm or one of the slows here, and then they can force into mid or force into the Baron even, that would definitely kind of secure this game for them. But this game is definitely slowing down here undesirably for, I think Omega Game Alpha is kind of on a clock. They kind of need to pick up the pace. I think maybe they think, oh, we got Kai'Sa, we're good for late game, but it's like it's kind of hard to play Kaisa into like so many slow and zoning like utility that's available to them. Like Kaisa does not want to be in range of this Tahm Kench for too long. It's kind of hard for him to deal with it if he gets on top of him. So, and you definitely don't want to be playing 1-4 into a Tahm Kench. He just grabs a buddy, he comes, and surprise, he's there. You know, Baron vision now being secured here by Rapid Rabbits, pretty much denying vision from their enemies here. So, making it Alpha is gonna have to face check into these bushes blindly. I would have loved for them to set up like a little bait, but I think they're thinking more about this dragon that's coming up here in a bit. That's coming up really shortly. Something to note is the Ezreal is top lane rather than with the team here, so they do not have that much damage here. So I don't know if... And I'm like, if they're doing a full 5v5, they're not going to win a 5v5 without this Ezreal. That's a big chunk of their damage, honestly. So, and a flanking Ezreal is not something you want either. So you want the Ezreal to be with the team. There is the Irelia ult. Now here's Pheasant's with his ultimate as well. Road Snake, Beast Snake is just trying to delay as long as he can here. And they're just hiding this out. Ezreal is joining the rest of their squad now. And now that you have like a flanking Tahm Kench, this could actually be really good because he's buying up so much time. But they gave up so many health bars just trying to delay and wait for this Ezreal to come down here. But Sniper might be out of position, but Pheasant's does not have his ultimate up right now. So a kill on him could secure him. Heal on Sniper secures his safety right now, but the rest of their squad is going down here. They do not have this Tahm Kench in front of them to tank up a lot of this damage, and Sejuani having to flash away. So really well done here by making it Alpha, recognizing this Ezreal is too far away. And it's just a really strong punish, right? They just noticed, like, where's the Ezreal? He's not with his team. Alright, he's trolling, you know. Let's do a team fight right now. We'll force it. They use that Irelia, they use the Aatrox ultimate, and they kind of split him up, right? Beast Snake cannot walk with the rest of his team, otherwise he's going to be kind of out of position. I think he should have done it anyway, so screw it. I got to be in front of my team in order for them to do even a sample amount of damage. But ends up trying to go back, trying to work on Kingin and trying to take him down, but essentially just makes him singled out, makes it easier for the entire team to focus and turn on him. And, you know, no Tahm Kench. I mean, that is their main tank here. He's building a crazy amount of armor here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Last Whisper or something like that, albeit Wit's End for Rage Blade, for those who don't know. Now actually has the Last Whisper passive, so you cannot stack Last Whisper and Guinsoo's Rage Blade because it gives you the 15% armor pen and the 15% magic pen as well. So you can't do Void Staff, you can't do Last Whisper with this Rage Blade. You kind of pick Rage Blade or those two items. Brutus Muffin, though, might get burst down right now. Definitely going to get taken down to half, but one charm and a Q from on Pheasant's only chunks him down to not even a significant amount, I'd say. Like, only takes down like 300 of his health right there. And honestly, Brutus Muffin looks like he's building a Rabadon's next. He definitely needs more damage, so I think Rabadon's is the right build. Meanwhile, Sejuani does have the Colossal Stone Plate, so definitely looking good on that aspect. But because of the map play here from Kingin and the rest of the squad here on a Mega Game Alpha, they actually were able to get one of the outer turrets there in the top lane. So Beast Snake looking for Kingin. I think he has a kill right here. Kingin playing around the minions really well, just trying to kite him out, make sure he doesn't get those 3 stacks, so he doesn't get eaten or gobbled up here. So playing it pretty good. And it's pretty much like, yeah, these teams are going to wait until, you know, one of them is going to start committing more harder to this Baron. I think that will be the big turning point. That, or something happens between these two top laners where one of them gets the jump on the other and gets to actually take down their opposing laner there. But the death cap is done now on the RA, but LeBlanc did finish a the Banshee's Veil. She finished the Banshee's Veil. Definitely a lot of MR, and considering Ezreal is the only person doing physical damage on this team, really, is definitely a really strong item. Because most of Tahm Kench damage is going to be like 80% magic damage, for those who don't know. The W is magic damage, the Q is magic damage. Just, you know, his autos have bonus magic damage based on his total health there. So that's why health items are really strong on Tahm Kench in general. So We'll have to see. You know, I like the itemization from a Making Alpha. They're all buying like an MR type item. There's a Hex Drinker on this Aatrox as opposed to the Sterix Gauge I was discussing earlier because, like I said, it's mainly magic damage. You want the MR, you want the magic resist, and then plus he still wants a shield. He actually almost has that Maw almost done here, I'd assume, but Pocket Cookies does have that Seraph Embrace, does have that Sheen now, so I think he's looking to get... If he gets a Iceborne Gauntlet, I would honestly laugh a little bit. That'd be pretty funny. Just because, like, yeah, there's like 4 Iceborne Gauntlets on the enemy team, plus a Glacial Augment. That'd be pretty obnoxious. But I don't think he's going to go for that. He's probably going to go for Lich Bane, try and be more of a damage threat later on as this game keeps going. Still actually holding on to a potion, which is pretty weird to see this late in the game, but, you know, to each their own. And this game is definitely stalled out. Mega Game Alpha now has the lead, actually, of 1K. So definitely kudos to them. But there is a dragon coming up, so there's a lot of pings and vision denial going on from Rapid Rabbits. They're looking to set up for this. They're looking to hopefully make a setup or a play, but they got to be careful that they don't commit too much to this, because they definitely could go clear out their Baron vision, try and get mid priority, which they just lost right now. So now they got to go back for that, and now Mega Game Alpha, now they get to go into the Dragon Pit. They get to put in vision, and you know, it's a nice little dance back and forth, but looks like they're not committing super hard to having everyone down there. Ooh, this Ari being in the Infernal Chains could definitely hurt them. Brutus Muffin almost taken down there with the amount of bursts Aatrox and LeBlanc can offer, and they see her backing right there with that scrying, or with that scrying plant. I don't think she can go back, but hopefully the Sona can heal her up. With the amount of AP she has, definitely helps out quite a bit. Kaisa just spamming these W's, but now they have mid priority, so if they win this team fight, definitely could be taking inner turret. But, you know, it's a matter. They're kind of split up right now. It's actually a disadvantage to their team, but they're going to go for this team fight. Tarek almost taken down. They actually took him down before the ultimate could go off on him. Irelia now popped the GA. Meanwhile, Pocket Cookies getting taken down by Fezzesmar, and LeBlanc going into that line as well, but Kingen is the focus on his GA. Now it's 3v3 between the junglers and the ADCs here, so can Sniper make a big difference here? Princeton almost takes him down, but Sniper is so far away with the Ignite. Beast-Snake, though, is so tanky. He's still, like, full health almost right now, but GA, oh my goodness, Prides is, like, barely kiting this out right now, but, oh my god, Sniper almost takes down Prides. Princeton and Prides are just dancing around this Tahm Kench, and that is the biggest struggle of Tahm Kench, is just getting on and sticking onto these people. Oh, it's gotta feel bad as that guy. But no one gets this Infernal Drake. I'm wondering if Sniper might try and be cheeky and is trying to lifesteal here with the Bork right now, and then go over and maybe solo the dragon. Definitely a potential for him, but there's so much vision here from Mega Game Alpha that, you know, they can't actually commit to that. And they see the LeBlanc mid. I think Sniper's just gonna settle with just taking the bottom lane farm here and then backing. And he's sitting at a nice, pretty 2.4k gold, so he should be coming back with a big part of the Ludens if he's going for that, or if he's going for more of a... I don't know what build he's going for. Maybe he's going for a GA, maybe? That's what it looks like now with the cloth armor and BF sword buy he just had. But Brutus Muffin using his charm there on the Scuttlecraft, so they did secure that right now. Tahm Kench is coming down. Infernal Drake almost taken down, and the Smite does go over to Fezzesmar and the rest of the squad, but the ultimates are now back up for everybody, so now there's a team fight going on. Fezzesmar looks to be the focus. Sona ult does go wide right there, though, and immediately bursting down by Kingen. Sniper, though, finishing off the Aurelia, but he is going to get taken down on the Ari. Is going to get taken down. Sniper now doing his best to kite out. Meanwhile, Sovereign is kind of doing 1v3 here. Tarek ult finally coming down, actually. This is really late Tarek ult on for them, but I definitely would have liked to see that during that dragon fight, but probably just came off cooldown, honestly, so was not there for the start of that fight. So, but Earth Dragon, second Earth Dragon secured here for the side of Mega Gaming Alpha. Definitely really good for them and their Baron taking potential with this Kaisa, with the Rage Blade and the Bork item that he now has as well. Definitely makes it very possible for them with a solid 5 seconds on the Baron, like unobstructed. The Baron's gone. Like, Kaisa is just insanely good at taking Baron with her 5 passive stacking right there, and as well as these 2 items that she's secured. So definitely need to be watching out for that. GA, though, was popped on Kingen, so that is down now on cooldown. And if they do force another fight with all their ultimates back up, definitely can make a large effect. I'm hoping I see Pocket Cookies not get blown up at the beginning of the fight by Princeton. Kudos to Princeton for immediately destroying the Sona, because, yeah, the longer Sona's in this fight, the more team fight prowess she gives. Like when you're playing against Sona Taric, that's who you focus down. Sona, the longer she's in these fights, really gives a huge boon to her teammates. With just like a Q and empowered W that reduces your damage by 20%. Like these type of like the healing on it as well, the shields, extra damage on everyone's autos there whenever she's the Q. So like, just Sona being around is great, but I'm really looking at Pocket Cookies. He needs to like land one of these ultimates. I think almost all of his ultimates have gone wide. They've missed everybody. Didn't hit any key targets, or weren't even kiting for himself really. I mean, that's all he really needs to do is just make sure, like, you need to stun Fezzesmarn or this Aurelia who's jumping on your backline. That's all you really need to worry about. Like, those are the main two things. They see King and bot lane, by the way, so that's why they're trying to force this vision here while it's a 4v5. I'm wondering if they're trying to force the TP. That would be my goal, because you do not want to have this Tahm Kench in the side lane at this point, because he is your main tank here. But he is looking to match King in right now. He's going to walk over some wards, so he might actually get jumped on, but I don't think that really is looking to try and do the 1v1 right now. Beastsnake just going to do his best to clear the wave, you know, as Tahm Kench do. But the rest of the squad of Omega Alpha looking to push mid right now. Fezzesmarn definitely looking strong as Aatrox, but only 2, 4, and 7, so only so much he can do this game. And this game is just like, oh, so close. This is definitely the Elder League Finals that you're looking for here when you're thinking, oh, I want two really good teams in the finals. Like, this is close. Not a lot of action going on, but 17-13 in kills. Only like a 2k goal difference in favor of making it alpha. There was a goal lead for the first 20 minutes for the side of Rapid Rabbits that they slowly have lost here, but oh, I think they found the Aatrox here in the Dragon Pit right there. He does proc the ult, hoping to maybe get a reset, but not able to secure that. And maybe they just force this Baron right now. They definitely win a fight right now if they do this, even without that ultimate. Yep, there is the charm right there. Oxy probably going to get taken down right now. Well, good force here. Do they keep going? Are they able to keep going? Or do they change the Baron? Then this call needs to be crisp here. But actually, Princeton is going to immediately destroy Brutus Muffin. But is he going to get punished for that? Like right now, one more auto right there. Sniper going to take him down. King and now the next target. Nice two-man stun. But right now, Beastsnake is the one taking turret. So no big deal there. But the... Oh my goodness, the Soda ult was too early. Oh my gosh, Pocket Cookies. Right when I was talking about him, he needs to land the ults. He tries and goes for one, but not able to land that. If that would have landed, I think maybe they get that kill. But I think they could still rush this Baron. If they do contest it, maybe they just turn and immediately destroy whoever comes over. Especially if you take down this Kaisa, you have a free 30 seconds right there. And this Dragon or this Baron is going down fairly fast because they do have an Earth Drag of themselves. They do have the Sona, which helps keep them very healthy. And they have this Tahm Kench here zoning people away, so really well played by them. Pocket Cookie's securing it. Sona's actually doing something, guys. I swear, she's securing Baron. And with all of that team fighting, though, now GA is now built on the side of this Ezreal. Leandri's Torment now built for the Ahri. Which is, I think that's really smart considering you're doing all these. The slowing build right here, you have the Glacial Augment, so you always get the extra like proc on there. And then, like I said, it's more of a DPS sustained damage build on this RA where you're just trying to maximize your CDR and then maximize your utility. So definitely Leandri's Torment, decent build here. Thornmill's done on the side of this Tahm Kench. I would have liked to see more health because that actually gives him extra damage on his autos and stuff like that. But I can understand, yeah, you probably want that for this Aurelia, for this Aatrox, for the Kai, so you're all doing healing. But Elder Dragons immediately started over by this side of Rapid Rabbits here. Kaisa W does land onto the area here, but I don't think they realize it's going, and this Dragon's already gone. Fezzesmarn just used a dash over. He does have flash, but not able to get away. Just stunned up and locked up. And now it's a 4v5 for the next 50 seconds. This death timer is so long at 40 minutes here. Fezzesmarn trying to do the hero play, trying to get this, the Elder Dragon, trying to steal it for his team, but not able to do it. Now they have the crazy double buff, which is going to be really strong right here. They're immediately going to take these turrets down. I fully expect them to take down an inhibitor turret, maybe two if they play their lanes right, but actually both of the side lanes are pushing against them, but maybe they just go for the end, right? They are still 4v5, still 25 more seconds. They do have the Elder Dragon buff. They're not going to go for it, doesn't look like. They're going to play it safe. They're going to go back. I think they could have actually ended right here. I think they could have forced it. I think they definitely could have. I'm actually a little upset about this. They definitely could have just forced it. There's another 20, like, Aatrox wasn't up for another 25 seconds, but now they got to go to their sideways, push those out. I think Baron only has a little bit longer left. Yeah, it's 3/4 stun. Elder Dragon buff still there, so. But they did break open the base. They did get an inhibitor down in the mid lane, which is definitely one of the more impactful ones, because now you can see when people are transitioning back and forth, because you always have minions in that lane giving you vision. Brutus Muffin taking blue, kind of hovering around his jungler who's pushing the bot lane right now. And then it looks to be the call is we're going to focus on bot lane. We're going to sack top lane, let that keep pushing into us. No big deal. We don't care about it. We want to use these buffs while we got them right now. So that's going to get taken down. I'm curious if they do the siege. This team is really good at sieging with Sona, with Ezreal, with the slowing Ahri. So sieging is their #1 game, but Aurelia landing the stun there could have been dangerous right there. But there's Ezreal ultimate right now, landing onto 3 people right there. But honestly, they just need to, sit here, be patient, just poke people out. Don't need to force anything on this turret. Don't do a dive. Don't do anything crazy like that. Just slowly win on the poke there. And yeah, like they're just doing it correctly. They're doing it perfectly right now, guys. So 2 inhibs down now because of that well done play by them. Top lane is slowly pushing in their favor. That's the only thing left that they need to care about. Or maybe they just push in mid with the supers. Now they have double super minions that are going to be coming in here soon. But Sniper got to be a little careful. The Kai'Sa W's are starting to actually hurt quite a bit here, especially with the Rage Blade stacks being kind of free. But Sovereign actually being able to auto the turret there. But there's a flash ultimate right there. Tahm Kench ult not going to be used here. The Taric ult was being used. Princeton immediately getting taken down really quickly here. Ahri and Sniper are hiding back right here. GA still open for him. Kingen getting taken down right there by Sniper. Aatrox getting taken down as well. Oxv. Oh man, triple kill here for Sniper. Definitely looking really good on this Ezreal. I'm trolling in that team fight. Ooh, nice flash charm right there from Brutus Muffin, but almost got himself killed from without the heal there. But game 1 goes over to Rapid Rabbits here. Mega Game Alpha. Got to think about maybe, they always pick these strong laners and trying to play off of that, and they need to start, maybe consider, like, maybe we should have, safe wave clear. Maybe don't pick LeBlanc mid. I think you don't pick LeBlanc mid, you have that really nice mid game they had, go over and switch over to that, where they can actually reliably win. Like, you could probably still win in the mid lane. I think, like, honestly, Kingen and Princeton are definitely really strong laners. They always have been in Elder League. I think it's honestly a good portion of their wins are from that. It's just a matter of, if, Rapid Rabbits is able to contest them in the early game, as we just saw here. I don't know, maybe Smith Martin's a little sleeping today, because that's definitely a more quiet game from him than normal in terms of a jungler. But, like, in terms of the laners, definitely would have liked to see them do a 1-4 and then try, like, Kingen totally could have gone top while they were doing the 4-man Baron push and bot and kind of just sack. Like, they're going to lose that anyway. You don't want to be doing sieges. You're kind of buying into the Rapid Rabbits win conditions whenever they decide, let's group at 5 and let's wait here in the bot lane. And just, like, they'll slowly poke us out and they'll take things. They're like, no, you should be doing a 1-4, stick to your win conditions, try and make them play your game there. That was their best bet, I think, honestly. And then maybe TP back behind them, do a flank, that kind of thing, instead of trying to force from the front like they did in that last team fight. Last team fight, you just saw that they just got kited back, and that was game, pretty much. So, we'll be back here with Game 2 of the Elder League Finals. Rapid Rabbits up 1-0 over their counterpart of Omega Game Alpha here, #1 seed, back to the drawing board. Stay tuned, guys, and thanks for tuning in for Game 1. Alright guys, I am back here for game 2. There's picking bands going on Pro Draft. I did get the spec link for some reason. I was kind of getting trolled. I'm going to turn this down a little bit more. I feel like I'm yelling. I got trolled a little bit, so I'm not touching my mouse anymore. I gotta be a good boy and not do anything. But these are very similar bands. The first time there is a Tarek band now being thrown by Megan Alpha, who's now on the red side here. So Ezreal first pick here for Sniper. Definitely looked really strong on that. Was actually winning in the lane right there, in the bot lane, despite, you know, I mean, the double poke lane, I think Paga Cookies definitely could have done better on the Sona, but I mean, that's something that Omega Alpha, you know, why would they ban that? They don't need to worry about it, but they are going to ban the Tarek. They don't want to have the Tarek first pick and be forced into picking Sona themselves, kind of similar how Rabid Rabbits was forced into. So we'll have to see how this game goes here in the picks. And the J4 Gallia was just locked in, so that's a very strong combo coming on the side of Omega Gaming Alpha right there. Kind of going back to the drawing board of what is a simple team comp that we can do. I got it, boys. Let's do the Jarvan Galio. They're not going to ban it. They're not going to do anything. So have to see how effective they are at these two champions. But the Yasuo and Hecarim. Okay, Yasuo is Janna, just so you guys are aware. So other wind-blowing champion. For those that are unaware, Janna does tornadoes. Yasuo has a key and throws a key tornado, I guess. So a key NATO. So definitely don't be confused by that. There is a Hecarim picked, so Hecarim and Janna definitely have some innate synergy. Maokai was just locked in right now. That is not Maokai. It is actually Vayne. Man, they're really flubbing this pro draft right now. So Ezreal Janna is not a good lane. Every time I see Ezreal Janna in the bot lane, I think it's a free lane. I mean, I can play Pyke. I can play whatever the fuck I want down there, and no one's gonna do anything to me because Janna's not gonna be killing me in lane. Ezreal's not gonna be killing me in lane most cases, unless it's Sniper specifically, I guess. But that's why they can just go like, oh, they just picked Ezreal Janna. I'm gonna play Vayne, you know. Pride is like, it's like, yeah, give me the Vayne, guys. I mean, that means I can play the Vayne, you know. I'm allowed to play the Vayne. I got a free lane right now. He could play Saber as well, but not gonna do that. He's gonna go with the Vayne. And that means they can pick the Nami along with it too, which I think is a much stronger 2v2 lane. Also matches the double things, but also has better utility. Like, that's a better bot lane matchup. There's no reason they wouldn't do that. But need to talk about the bans here. J-Span and Aurelia ban definitely targeted Kingin. We definitely have seen Princeton play these as well, so definitely a really targeted ban phase in that in terms of make sure they don't have these flexes. Make sure that J4 actually is in the jungle. The Maokai top is also definitely something we haven't seen very often from Kingin. He's not been playing those tank tops. We usually see that. So I love you, Toast too. Trash Pan revival soon. I'm hyped for it. You know, Hostile Game Sports team was a failure. They lost in quarterfinals, so that's why you want to go back to Trash Pandas. I know it. Orianna pick right now, definitely a really great pick with this team comp. They're kind of, like I said, they're going back to the drawing board. Like, okay, we can't win. We can't just smash lane against these guys, so let's pick an actual team comp that does team fighting really well. And now they got the Orianna Baudelaire with the J4, with the Gala. They have Maokai to engage fights if they really need to. So if they get an early advantage at all, this team can heavily snowball just by just forcing dives after dives. Definitely can just sit in a turret and ignore people for a very long time here. But a Ziggs Poppy pick right here. Ziggs is so obnoxious in the mid lane. This is the ultimate. I am going to be annoying. I'm just going to push my lane 24/7. I'm going to throw bombs everywhere. And it's going to be a blast, right? Poppy, really strong pick as well into J4, mainly into J4. But, ooh, this is a little spicy. Wait, oh wait, that's a Vayne. That's right. The Maokai is actually Vayne. Sorry, I'm a little lying right here. I'm trolling. So, the Poppy was a top line pick right here. Ends up being it's a Darius. Definitely not a Darius is Darius, guys. Definitely not a favorable matchup in that respect there. So, trying to see if they're about to start right then. I'm being told Darius is Darius. They really want to know that I know that Darius is Darius, guys. It's very important that I understand that. But we should be getting in the champ select here in a second, so I'm a little hyped. This is game 2 for the League Finals. Mega Gaming Alpha definitely had a really good mid game here against Rapid Rats, but the longer the game went, they kind of lost sight of. Like Keegan just lost the edge that normally when you see Keegan play, you see him doing these great flanks. He does TP flanks. He gets behind the enemy team. He's usually playing something like Aurelia or Kennen right there. And because he's doing these flanks, he just completely splits the team up. They have no idea what to do. They can't focus him down quick enough because he plays it always so well. On top of that, not this last game, right? They just kind of were forced. They're kind of forced to do Rapid Rabbids game right now. So definitely gonna have to see, are they able to pull this off? And I honestly think this is definitely a strong team comp from them. They definitely just put Kingen on another champion. Maybe he can win this 1v1 instead. So maybe that's kind of what they're going for with this pick. But we'll have to see. But I am curious, does the Vayne Galio work? Like, I would assume so, yeah. Against Ezreal Janna. You just go for the Janna every time. Janna is a really squishy champion as well, so the Galio all-in is already like stupid amounts of burst damage right there. So you do the Galio all-in. What is Janna gonna do? The only thing she can do is use her tornado while you're using your Justice Sponge on her. But I think that's a unstoppable one, similar to Malphite ult. So I don't even know if you can actually stop that mid-air, similar to the Jarvan Flag and Drag. That's the main advantage of picking this Janna into J4. Is that you can always go, nope, I click R, you're away from me, you're away from my team is now healed up as well. No damage for you, go away J4, get out of my team. Could honestly do the same with Darius actually. They kind of counterpicked themselves with the Darius because that definitely, if you're going to pick Janna into things, you want to pick Janna into stuff like J4 and Darius where you can easily kite out. Like that Tahm Kench from last game. I'm surprised we didn't see a Tahm Kench ban. I guess they decided not to opt for it this time. So I think they were thinking, are they going to pick Aurelia? We're picking the Tahm Kench as our counter into the Aurelia. It definitely worked out in the laning phase really well. But I'm curious about how these lanes go. Kind of breaking down each of the lanes. I definitely expect Darius to get an advantage over Poppy. Unless Kingen is like tilted or something else like that. And, is just not playing correctly. Because usually, like, if the Darius comes in with a Q, Poppy will just put down her own Q, get the slow, walk away. The thing is, you can't just always do that because Darius, that means you get in range of him. He can do his thing, and Darius is just really strong early game with his all-ins and stuff like that. Jungle matchup, J4 definitely stronger, level 2 and level 3 over this Hecarim. Honestly, Hecarim doesn't really become a really strong champion until level 6, but J4 also a really strong champion at level 6. The thing is, Hecarim definitely has a lot more can cover a lot more distance, has a lot more effective ganking in terms of, you can be out of vision, start your E, start your ghost up, get in the lane, take the person down really quickly. Even if they have wards, it doesn't matter, you can completely ignore it. But I'm curious how Princeton does on the Orianna, more traditional control mage. Usually we're used to seeing him on assassins like the LeBlanc and those kind of things. And I think this is the first time I've seen him on the Orianna in quite a while. So, Sniper though, on the Ezreal, we know that's going to be good. We know, I'm pretty positive Pride's Vayne's going to be good. A little hype there. I'm curious to see, does he lane better into Ezreal? I assume Vayne is definitely a much better laner into Ezreal as opposed to the Kai'Sa before, because Kai'Sa just has a really weak laning phase early if you don't get those isolated Qs. But the Galio, I think, is a real game changer for this team in general. It ensures that any J4 ultimate on somebody does not have flash. It's kind of screwed. Right, they're going to get CC locked for a very long time. They're going to take a lot of damage. There's going to be a Galio just gets on the middle of their team and able to go absolutely crazy. The thing I worry about though is if this team gets behind, if this Vayne gets smashed in lane, if J4 just has one of those really bad games, if Fezimar has an uncharacteristically poor early game again, similar to the Aatrox game last time, or if Kingen just gets smashed in top lane, this team does not have very many comeback mechanics. Say for late. Let's wait for late. Let's hope Orianna lands a 5-man shockwave and Prize can carry us with the Vayne. It's that's their only hope, if this team gets behind. Meanwhile, on the other side, they have a Ziggs. Ziggs can stall out games forever. If any of you watched Season 2 or Season 3 LCS, that was the time Ziggs was meta, Xerath was meta, and all they did was click Q and the waves, and there's no wave anymore. And it was the worst. It was 50-minute games. They last forever, and they just immediately clear the waves, and just, there's it's like PvE for so long until a Baron or a dragon comes out, and that's why they changed the Baron and Dragon to be what they are today, to try and avoid those type of metas where it's like, no, you need to fight over them more often. But I'll just see. I'm hoping Fezismarin has a much better early game. I think he make a huge impact, especially if he goes top lane, gets this Darius going. This Darius can definitely roll over a Poppy. Albeit, Poppy went behind. Still a useful champion. Unlike before with Irelia, if the Irelia is behind, that's not a very useful champion. Tom Kench went behind, useful champion. Poppy went behind, useful champion. Like, you can always click W, prevent the Galio from coming in, prevent J4 from coming in, which is a lot more important in my opinion, and actually block one of the Vayne tumbles if she wants as well. So Poppy can definitely be making a huge impact. And then the ultimate there, the Keeper's Verdict, can make a huge teamfight difference if she launches a key member away, or even just gets rid of the front line entirely and all that's left is the back line. Guess what? Your back line is now your front line. You're going down, right? So have to wait here. I'm going to take a quick break here, grab some water, and we'll be here with Game 2 here with the Rapid Rabbits, who are up 1-0 over Omega Gaming Alpha. Stay tuned, guys. You do not want to miss this finals, man. We're almost in the game here. I'm back now. I grabbed some water. It was great. Just to go off the cuff while we wait here. My room is terribly hot right now. I think the AC is out or something along those lines because it is way too hot. But Elder League Finals is so important to me. I'm sweating for you guys. The frog emoji. Alright, let's talk about this game. Talk about game 2 of Elder League. Elder League Finals. Jeez, I almost said semifinals. That's such a lie. Elder League Finals. Rapid Rabbits up 1-0 right now. Hopefully this has one, right? It does say one. Okay, just making sure I didn't do something stupid. Talking about this game now. Something to note is J4 picking the Conqueror over Electrocute. I want to talk about this a little bit. With the Conqueror changes, people started realizing, oh, if I pick Conqueror on J4, it actually, similar to Hecarim and Darius, and these other champions have been picking it lately, it makes him deceptively tanky, right? Rek'Sai was doing a lot too to get a lot of healing. You do a lot of auto attacks really quickly, and then boom, wow. You actually are deceptively tanky now because all your autos are healing you. They're healing you for doing true damage as well. It gives you extra burst in that respect. The thing to note is, as the game goes on, the Conqueror, not very strong early game, but it's definitely a lot stronger later on in the game. As the game goes on, it definitely helps you feel tankier, be able to do a little bit more extra damage, those kind of things. But if you go Electrocute on J4, that means you're going, I'm going to make early game plays, I'm going to get my team ahead, and then I'm just going to, I'm going to build tank items, and my team's going to scale, and it's going to be good. Conqueror usually means you're going to go more the traditional, I'm going to go like Warrior into Black Cleaver, get the 30% CDR, and just spam my ultimate, kind of be an ult bot, and then, do damage do damage, right? Kingen was helping with the leash on the red buff, and looked like they're both going up right there right now. I'm a little curious if they're going to do a level 2 leash or something. Ooh, this is really cheeky for Fezesmar. He's immediately going from red buff to the enemy blue buff. Did use his flying and drag over the wall, so I definitely like this adaptation for him. Recognizing that, yeah, they are going to leash in bot lane. Hecarim's not going to be going to his blue buff. He's not a fast clear. He's not a buff to buff type of character either. He kind of needs to do another camp. He needs to get to level 3 or as quickly as he can because it's just so hard to clear as a Hecarim. Just in general, as you can see, right now he's like, half HP. Meanwhile, this J4 is going to have a huge advantage because he's going to take the Gromp here. He took the blue buff, and then he's going to still have his blue buff and his topside jungle to farm, so he can go either way. I'm curious if you can go for the Wolves. The Wolves is a little bit aggressive. This is where you're kind of teetering on the edge where someone's going to face check into you, named Sovereign right now. And he might be taking the Blast Cone actually over right now, so I think he's seeing right now. Want to track this really closely. Actually, he's not going to be able to secure that. Ooh, the E actually knocking that back. And since he has a red buff, Sovereign going to flash for it. Getting first blood, actually. Like I was saying, that Wolves was way too aggressive there. Like, you should have just taken the free win where you're going to be up 2 camps over your opponent. And instead, he gets punished really hard. He's trying so much to try and get an early game type of lead on the enemy jungler here. But actually get some kills there. And now he's actually giving up the top Scuttle Crab. Sovereign knows he probably didn't do much of his top jungle right now, but he's actually going the long way around. Knows that ward is there. This is actually really smart of Sovereign right now. Kind of out jungling Fezesmar. Meanwhile, bot lane, there's going to be a taunt on the Janna. They're going to focus on her a little. Ooh, one more auto might have actually taken her down, but here's a Hecarim up top. Does get the knockback on Kingen. I don't think he's going to flash. I think he knows he's dead here. His best bet is to... Oh, he does actually flash. That's actually not a good idea. You were dead. You're 100% dead. You had to immediately flash right there. And they agreed there. I don't know what King was thinking that he can get out, kind of wasting his flash. Meanwhile, Pocket Cookies has to be careful in the spot lane as well. Oxy can definitely all in. So, ooh. Pride's not having as good a laning phase there, but agreed from this J4. The thing is, despite giving up away the red buff, giving a reset on that, he still had the blue buff. So, like, right, that's what he's doing right now. He's going to clear his, bot side jungle now. So, I mean, but the thing is, Sovereign on this Hecarim now is so much further ahead than he normally would be. Most Hecarims are not 1-0-1 by 420, Like this pony is ready to blaze it right now, guys. And there's a J4 coming volley right now. Sniper going to be a little bit trouble with knock up, not going to land right there due to the nice arcane shift there from Sniper. So, not using it too early there. And Oxfeet kind of low here. Fezesmar, though, is known to be down there, so... The fact that he's still down, that means his pony can safely clear his own jungle right there. But Fezesmar struggling right now. When he went back, he can only buy the Hunter's Talisman in addition to his Hunter's Machete. So now he's finishing the challenge. He might now got boots, but he's still an entire longsword behind this Hecarim. Albeit he actually does have more farm, but I think the gold is an advantage of the Hecarim because he did get the kill. He does have more. He cleared his Krugs twice now, so he's getting a small level advantage that way as well. So all these things are working out in favor of Sovereign, where he didn't really do anything. Festus Martin's the one that made the mistake of going for that Wolves, going for the greedy right there. And I just hope, Omega Game Alpha, are able to come back from this. This Darius is winning this top lane, though, like I was discussing. It's 35 CS to 17. There is a huge wave right here, so I think he's about to pick up about 4 more right now. So it's going to be like, what, 23 to 35, 22 to 35. But that is a decent CS discrepancy. Definitely not in favor of the Poppy. Definitely not the kind of lane you want for Poppy. You do want her to get some items and scale really well. Because the Poppy that gets ahead could build, aggressive items like Black Cleaver, like Iceborne Gauntlet. But J4 going for the invader right now. He is being pinged down, so I think the Hecarim did see him right before he backed. So they know there's a ward somewhere in the top side jungle, but he took the Wolves. He took the Gromp. There's no reason for him to go up there. Like, there's no reason for this Hecarim to show up there unless he's going to go straight through the river anyway, so a little questionable on the word too. I guess maybe I'm just being really critical of Festus Marin, but I feel like this is the first time his jungle pathing is actually being challenged by somebody in Elder League, honestly. Because he typically gets very free games. In general, he just ganks for his lanes. They work out perfectly every single time, but honestly, he doesn't have to focus so heavily on doing engages and trying to get ahead and all these things. You can honestly just go like, it's fine. We scale it later in the game. We have a Vayne. We have a Galley. There is a Flash Galley with taunt, but the Tornado does actually stop the knockup right there. Slow coming down right now, but there is a Ziggs ultimate right there, zoning out Prides. He actually might get taken down by Sniper here if things go poorly here, but having to use his flash. But there is the pony right there getting the kill on Prides right now. They're actually getting the fear on Festus Marin. I don't know if he's going to actually get away here. Yeah, I think he will be. Snake not going to go for the aggressive stun right there. Meanwhile, this Darius is still top lane. Oxby got to be a little careful, but there is the Orianna right there. I think that's going to be enough with the ball on him. Brutus Muffin not trying to just walk into an Orianna and hope that goes okay. But they do get a play right there for this Hecarim. This Hecarim is going to be really big. If this pony is really going to get going, he's already 2-0-1. Like, like that's actually going to be insane right there. I like the nice flame in chat on his. I'm assuming you know him if you're calling him by his name. But something to note is if this pony is really gonna get like really far ahead, this makes it so much more difficult for an ADC to play. It makes it so much more difficult for this Vayne to ever get into this game. This Vayne could be just straight up one shot every single team fight. If this pony gets ahead up to where he has like a Triforce really early. Like he already has a Phage right now. He's sitting on 150 gold bounty. He's sitting on almost 1,200 golds. He could back and get a Sheen right now if he wants. So definitely need to be watching this pony and see how far is he going. Is he able to go really fast, or does he get finally slowed down here by a Mega Gaming Alpha? That's really what it's gonna come down to. He's farming the jungle really well. He's having a nice. Ooh, that's a nice shockwave right there. I think that's simply so he can back here, though, because he's almost out of mana on Princeton. Or he's hoping maybe Brutus Muffin gets too aggressive. There's a J4 just walking straight up in the lane, but the pony is coming up right now. So I think it's just simply, I want to back. Jungler, please hold my lane. That kind of thing. Princeton, though, having to walk a little further back. I do like the choice of the barrier here, as opposed to, the other options there. Sniper's so good at hitting those W autos right there. It's that nice extra burst. Gives him Kleptomancy procs as well very consistently, so he's getting a lot of gold right there. It's so weird to see an Ezreal with a Tyr and a Cole together. I don't know if you guys see that very often. 79 farm, so he bought it very recently. It's just so weird to see someone go like, yeah, I can buy a Cole. This guy's not going to do anything to me. Realistically, yeah, I mean, probably not. They're never going to try and all-in this lane. There's no reason Janet Ezreal is going to try and all-in and try and win 2v2 against Galio Vayne. Like, no, you just lose. You straight up lose in that fight. So I respect the Cole pick. He's just trying to scale late into the game, trying to get his items as quick as possible. That's his main focus here. But there's another J4 down here. I don't think they can do this gank, though, because honestly, they can just walk away each of these times. So some more notable one is the Hecarim top. I think this one will be a much more successful gank. Just because Darius is a lot easier to push back and get the thing on him. But he does have his flash up still this time, so Hopefully, unlike last time, he doesn't waste it. There is, right there, was the E being used. I think that was a signal to go in for this Hecarim, and now he's on to Kingen. Gonna use the fear right there. It's Onslaught of Shadows, gonna take him down really low, but Beast Snake's almost taken down, actually, having to force to use ult. Right, nice Janna Tornado right there, and Janna Ultimate right now. Sniper able to just walk away with the ultimates. Didn't have to use a single summoner spell right there in that bot lane game. Such a huge commitment from making an alpha on an Ezreal Janna lane, which they should have realized at the first time, like, this guy, like, Paul Cookie's all he's got to do is double click Q, and then, boom, we out of a gank. We avoid J4. J4 is useless against us, right? The best thing you do is do that, get knocked up, and then ult us again. And then Sniper's like, fine, you know, I'll just sit in this corner. I have a Janna ultimate, you know, to heal me up. Kingen, though, might get a kill on Beast Snake, actually, if he's able to secure that, but Sovereign, nice buffering of the E right there just to push Kingen back, even though he's pulled in himself, so Kingen probably going to get a really good shove here, so I have to see if he's able to get maybe another plating if he commits to this in the top lane. I doubt they'd go for another gank up here. It's a little aggressive. Beast Snake actually in a little bit of trouble right there. J4 is pinging that he's going to go up there. And kind of like what I was saying before, I would have liked to see the J4 go top more often. Kingen was already winning this lane, and if you let him slam the lane against this Poppy, this 40 CS difference in the top lane would be probably even worse, actually. So, Fezismar not able to stop the back there with the flag, so Damascene standard, not enough right there. And just looking at the top lane, gold difference up there. It's because of the 2 kills on the Poppy, it's only a 600 gold difference. Nice Sigil. Oxby, though, missing the Justice Punch there, so could have popped his taunt earlier, but I guess he's just zoning. But first turret secured by 12 minutes for this Darius is actually really good for him. It makes his lane a lot longer so he can continue to kind of slam this Poppy, deny her CS, and that gives him a much longer lane to chase this Poppy over as well. So I'll have to see, you know, like, is that actually utilized, or is it just continuously ganked by this? Does Hecarim keep going top with the Sheen and Phage? Like, he's like almost done with Triforce at this point, sitting at like 379 gold right now. But once he has his Triforce done, they could definitely 100-0 Kingen on this Darius, especially if they get a wall stun with the Poppy, because that does a insane amount of damage, the base damage on that. So we'll have to see. Pot Cookie's starting to roam around. I mean, Sniper's so safe on this Ezreal, he can actually do that and not have to worry too much. His biggest worry is J4 coming, and they know J4 backed, I'm assuming, so now they have all this vision on the Infernal Drake that's up right now. And definitely very desirable here for the side of Rapid Rabbits. But despite all these things going right for Rapid Rats, they're only 1k up, and it's mainly because of the CSD and the top lane. They're like 1k down in top lane. If they weren't 1k down in top lane, they would be up 2k gold. But they're losing really bad to this Darius. He's now going to mid. Honestly, can do whatever he wants. He can probably just invade the enemy jungle every single time. You know, you push a wave, go invade jungle, take the Gromp, go take the wolves, those kind of things. I don't know. Princeton, though, getting a little low here from the poke from Brutus Muffin. Definitely Ziggs special right here from this guy. I think he's played Ziggs for quite a while. Brutus Muffin, definitely one of his more favorite champ. But there's a J4 coming bot lane right now. I think they're definitely thinking about pulling another J4 Galio combo. The ultimates are off cooldown. They did just see the Ezreal E go off. Oxby trying to do the flash taunt, but all they did was walk away, and that's done. You know, that's a flash down for no real gain aside from the fact they zoned him away, so they didn't check Infernal Drake. But Hecarim's the one that's getting the Infernal Drake, not Oxby. So definitely not looking really good for making Alpha a sec for King in here in the top lane. I'm a little worried because like collectively across the board, he's trying to steal the blue buff even. Sniper's getting a little cheeky now. Like this, they weren't able to get an early all-in on this Janna like they were hoping to, and then Janna got 6. Now you can't all-in her anymore. Much easier for her to avoid, especially if you're waiting for the minions to go down. You kind of have to commit to those all-ins in a minion wave and just hope that you're able to burst her down with landing a Justice Punch and then using your Q and your huge base damage. But I think they're about to get bot turret. Sovereign with the Sheen definitely going to help take this down really quickly. Ezreal, 28 stacks on the coal, does have the free ass boots and the man immune completed as well. It's doing quite a bit of damage, but Darius is going to snowball his lead a little bit more here with this Rift Herald, assuming nothing sour goes here. I don't think so. I think he's got this. but definitely needs to back very shortly afterward, or at least take those fruits right there. He's just going to back. Poppy might see him, actually. Pheasant Martin is probably about to be found by this Poppy, so a small fight going to go out there. I don't think he's going to commit really heavily for this, though. Albeit he does have two teammates coming up right now, so he is looking for the stun right there. Keep his verdict did go off. The stun right there from the Hecarim, but there is the Ziggs ultimate right there, and that bomb is going to land. What is that? Is that Mega Bomb something? Mega Inferno Bomb. Mega Inferno Bomb helping secure that kill right there, so well done by them. I was a little worried whenever the Hecarim used the ult and he's doing the fear onto the Jarvan the fourth, and was worried that that could go badly, but Sniper kind of fearless on Princeton here. Actually, the ultimate on himself actually was kind of a flounder right there, and Sovereign able to secure another kill. This pony now is this pony's getting scary, guys. 4-0-2 by 16 minutes. He's gonna have a 16-minute Triforce. Like once he goes back, he has a Triforce plus probably some extra items. He's sitting on 2.3k gold right now. Ezreal ultimate was just used bot lane right now, but he does have the Rift Trail. Someone needs to answer this, but there is a Ziggs going down there, and Ziggs is the perfect person to play against this Darius. You can sit at literally outside of his screen the entire time and just never interact with him and clear the entire wave. There's nothing he can do against Ziggs, in my opinion. Poppy is going down there as well just to contest the wave, but in that aspect, yeah. Sniper though getting, oh, there's actually a flash right there. They're definitely committing for that. Almost actually had that kill even. Ziggs though kind of trying to look for the kill here on Kingen. Does get 1 Q, so it gets a small heal there. Ghost being used by Brutus Muffin, so I think they can take this. Another heal given over to Kingen right now from Beast Snake. He just keeps getting hit by the Q and giving a heal, and hasn't actually used his stun yet to commit. Beast Snake, I think he's gonna go down. Yeah, he's down. That's gotta feel rough. He just stood still, go like, this is it. It's my time. But Hecarim, he needs it back. He needs to buy that Triforce and then just go murder somebody. Like, this pony's gonna go insanely fast. This is actually insane to have this great of an early game against a J4. Of all champions you're having this great early game, it's against a J4 who's much stronger than you. I mean, a 20-30 CS lead for a jungler as well is honestly really amazing. On the Hecarim, for example, where you just farm to 6. I mean, the Cole is almost done for this Ezreal. Like, everything is going right here for the side of Rabid Rabbit. It's just a matter, can they execute? Can they continue to avoid a Mega Gaming Alpha's engages with the J4 Galio combo? Like, we kind of saw this last game, right? The first game of the series, we saw, a Rapid Rabbit was up, 5-1, and then then it became 5-5, 6-5. Like, Omega Alpha was able to come back via better team play, better map movement, just in general. But I'm still a little worried. I'm a little skeptical. But double Infernal Drake on Rapid Rabbits definitely is going to really help them the longer this game goes. There's another drag about to spawn here. What drag is this? It doesn't tell me when I hover. A third Infernal. Like, they want a third Infernal. You deny this Infernal from that, it's actually huge. This Hecarim now has the Triforce. I think the green one is the Cinder Hulk one. So you actually want Cinder Hulk Triforce as opposed to Warrior Triforce. I kind of was expecting, considering how far ahead he is on this pony here. But probably trying to make sure he can be at least a decent tanky amount. But look at that. It's so obnoxious with the Ziggs just completely destroying and poking out Fez's Marin. So no jungler, free dragons. I don't expect anything to happen top lane. Beast Snake should not have any issues. Dragon secured right there. No real contest here from the side of a Mega Game Alpha. As Bailey, just because Fezmar's so low, they should have committed them. There's a flash E right there. Galio is going over there, so that's going to be committed to being over there. Could have used the ultimate right there from Hecarim to actually secure that kill onto the Galio, I believe, but that's totally fine. Want to save it later. Maybe they save it for a dive here in the bot lane. Try and push their lead even further. Now they have triple Infernal Drake on an Ezreal, on a Ziggs, on Hecarim. Like, it's obnoxious. This Jan is also going to be building some AP as well, and that's going to increase her shielding and healing, which, I mean, it's more AD for someone with those shields too. So it could be on this Hecarim, hopefully. But it's just like, it can get really crazy. Oh, Sniper's looking for a kill right here. Definitely almost have him, forcing the barrier out of Princeton right there, but like a flash Q from him could definitely take somebody down. Minions being thrown away here by Beast Snake does get the stun right there, but gonna get a grass proc. Actually in his favor a little bit right there, but dodges the E right there. Really important. And a 20-minute inhibitor taken down. That's actually insane. That gives them so much pressure this early in the game. They can honestly do better now once these minions in bot lane are crashing, because once those bot lanes are like at 20 minutes, because of how strong the super minions are like this early in the game, where the Vayne doesn't have 2 items to actually really clear this with a Rage Blade and Bork item, it's like those will always be hitting the Nexus turrets, and once they start hitting the Nexus turrets, free Baron right there. Like, you have triple Infernal as well, so you also have extra base damages yourself. So I really hope they recognize this and try and force it. Darius trying to clear the last cannon wave that's coming in the bot lane, but pretty soon there's going to be an Infernal Drake, or like super minions coming down there. I think also, honestly, it helps them they can just push mid, they can push top, and not have to worry about bot lane ever again for the next 3 minutes. It's gonna be pushing insanely good. So the game's slowing down a little bit. We saw this from the first game of the series as well, where they got this lead, they got something crazy good going for them. But I mean, taking the inhibitor 20 minutes definitely a better sign. Sniper definitely looking really good in this Ezreal. Maybe it gets banned next game, because honestly they're just playing these nice poke composition. This meshes really well with Brutus Muffin and how he rolls, but they're starting the Baron up, guys. This could be huge right there. They don't have any idea they've started it yet, I don't think. There is the orb right there, but it's already down to 6k gold. They're doing this really fast. Ezreal going to hit about 2 people, I believe. Ziggs ult actually used on the Baron. They're actually trying to rush this as fast as possible. Smite secured right there, and now they have the Baron buff right now. They can easily just go mid and top and do 1-4, and boom, they can take these inner turrets right here and start working on these inhibitor turrets. Start on the siege that they're... honestly, this team is so obnoxious at sieging with Ziggs and the Ezreal. They have the Poppy to keep people obeyed. This is really smart drafting. I think that fits this team really well. Brutus Muffin, his champ pool has always been Ziggs, control like long range poke mages have always been his thing. So Kingen looking for pull. Does a flash 2-man pull right there, but they're gonna get flat. Like right there is the thing. The Keeper's Verdict. Janna ultimate and exhaust going onto the Vayne, actually securing that health, but J4 now going to Sniper. Actually, very split calls right there. Meanwhile, there's 2 or 3 people in the top lane, but there's actually a 2v2 up here. I don't know if Sovereign can actually win that 2v2, so he's gonna do the ultimate right there, but not actually get away. But he does have his E right now, so he is gonna get away. But I think he needs to hit a minion or something like that for a talisman healing. Otherwise, he might go down to the bleed. Boom, there it is. J4 now going for the kill on the Brutus Muffin. So that's 2 Baron buffs down, but their base is in shambles, guys. Look, the super minions have taken one of those Nexus turrets. Exactly what I was talking about. The super minions this early in the game just push so heavily. They're like immediately taking down your Nexus turrets. Oh my goodness. And honestly, like, that shutdown gold though on the Hecarim was cashed in. I'm trying to remember who cashed it in. It is a Darius. It is Kingen on this Darius, but that's honestly not who I'd wanted. I wanted on this Vayne at this point. Like, Kingen has been winning this lane, smashing this lane. He's up 90 CS against his opposition here, but that's not the problem. He's gonna struggle so hard to get into the team. Excuse me, I had to like burp or whatever. He's like struggling so much to get into these team fights that because they have an Ezreal with the Iceborne slowing him down. They have a Janna, trying to keep him at bay and speeding everybody up whenever they're running away from him and running towards her. The Hecarim is also really fast. I mean, the Ziggs, we've seen how obnoxious that can be with the zoning and slowing. And then Cloud Drake on top of that is making it even harder for this Darius to catch up to these members. Also giving extra power to this pony who's really far ahead, working on that Sterix gauge. I think they're prepping to maybe take this inhibitor the minute it respawns down here. But no, they're just going to clear some vision. They're going to get that kind of thing. They're waiting for the blue buff to spawn, so they're denying all the jungle farm here from their opposition. Definitely the right smart play here. We'll have to see if Orianna actually poking out Sovereign a quite good amount. Sniper definitely, ooh, nice. Sniper a complete trust, and Beast Snake right there. Ooh, nice snipe by Sniper right there. But there's a Darius right now in the back line. The rest of the squad needs to deal with him, but the thing is, he's essentially 1v4 right now. Could get focused down right now, but actually, ooh, putting him right next to the Janna is actually really dangerous. He's going to use his ultimate, but there is the Janna ultimate right there. Gonna get taken down, actually, so that might be a reset on his ultimate, I believe, if it was in 15 seconds. Sniper having to flash away. They're not actually able to take down King. Meanwhile, during all of this fighting with that Brutus Muffin and Sovereign have been destroying the backline of Omega Game Alpha, and they're immediately taking this inhibitor on respawn, like I mentioned before, so definitely a rough match here. Princeton just got destroyed by them, while Darius was essentially doing 1v3 work right there, but I mean the rest of his team's still losing in the 2v4, so there's not too much more he can be doing here. I think King doing the best he can, but he did have a really good flank, did take down that Janna. Wasn't able to get the full reset though, because the Janna ult does heal you right there. What is the Janna ult name? I thought it was like Aya Tornado? Monsoon. That's what it is. Janna Monsoon. Janna Monsoon helping out quite a bit, giving them healing, preventing him from getting the resets there. So Sniper having to use his flash there. Actually, 1Q actually took out like half his HP, so still gotta watch out for that. Sniper can't just completely ignore the Darius or anything like that. Can't out heal it or anything like that. So once he has his Cutlass upgraded to Bork, that will be, I think, the big swing point to where this Darius no longer is kind of just free to roam around and destroy people. So I think that's really the turning point in my opinion. Grievous Wound just now picked up from him, so he definitely doesn't want this Darius healing as much because he seems to be landing a lot of keys and getting a lot of free heals there. So, but double inhibitors down by 26 minutes. Top lane should be the only place Mega Gaming Alpha should be looking at that might be a focus there. Nice stun right there onto the Orion right there, forcing the there, but good Janna Tornado blocking the J4 engage. Beast Snake now being focused though by the Princeton and Pride though, so not able to take those people. But here comes the Hecarim right there. Nice 4-man Fear right there as well. Oxby probably the next victim here, and that's 3 kills for the side of Brutus, Muffin, and Sniper here. So well played there by Rabid Rabbits, despite the little bit of trolling there where they're taking fights before everyone is ready to do them. But they're so far ahead now with the triple Infernal Drake as well as the gold lead they have right now that it makes it super easy for them to do these fights. Even if they execute poorly, they're still going to win the majority of the time. And Kingin, ooh, nice condemned from Prize to prevent himself from being knocked back into the wall, but there's a TP coming down. I think this is the next turret. This looks like a 2-0 in the favor of Rapid. They have to fight right now. They have to do something. Maybe they don't actually. You know, they're falling back right now. Definitely don't want to be throwing the game. They do have triple inhibitors down. They can honestly just reset, take all the jungle farm, go back, buy some items. But I think they're actually just trying to bait it out. They're trying to force Kingin back. I think their main focus is they're worried about is Kingin right here. Nice Mega Inferno Bomb, but Kingin a little bit out of position here, I think. Gonna get stunned up right now. Does get a little bit of healing. Does use his ultimate right there, trying to do it. But meanwhile, Sniper just goes and ends the game in the face of 3 people along with Brutus Muffin. They got Kingin away from the Nexus. That means they can take it down. That's a 2-0 in favor of Rapid Rabbits. Higgins got a game 3 here. Oh, man. That was just a slow, methodical play, I think, from the side of Rabid Rabbits. I wasn't expecting Fezismaran to like be out jungled so hard this game. It mainly comes down to he greeted for the wolves, and you know he got punished. You know, like Fezismaran's like, I'm gonna go to my wolves. I'm gonna clear my jungle. Like, oh, there's a really low health Jarvan here. I guess I'm taking the free kill. I'm 1-0 now. And he's like, oh, Darius is up there. He's like really pushed up, and I know where his ward is. So another free ward. There's no jungler there to stop me from doing this gank now. Easy early game for this Hecarim, and then it kind of really snowballed the game in their favor, I think, because it got this Hecarim ahead. Hecarim being ahead of the J4 definitely was hurting the Pocket Cookies. Janna definitely looked better than the Sona. Definitely was preventing all these J4 engages. So even though they went back to the drawing board, like, okay, we need the traditional teamfight engage type of composition. They never were able to get those engages they were looking for. There's always a Ziggs pushing them back, a Janna pushing them back. It was just so rough for them to actually get it. Kingin was the only person doing well, so it's just gotta feel rough for him. I think he needs to play something he can have better TP flanks and impacts on. I don't know if he's just team comms are just like out of whack today, but like I don't think I've seen a TP from him that's a flank in any of these team fights. I don't know if they're just not able to get vision and just that kind of thing, but it's definitely been rough for them in that aspect. Just talking about vision, so I was talking about that. They are definitely still doing well in the vision department. It's just a matter of they're not getting the wards behind. They're not getting these flank wards from King to where he can just massively destroy in a team fight. So we'll have to see for Game 3 where that goes. I'm going to take a break, drink some more water, and we'll be back here with Game 3 of the Elder League Finals where Rapid Red is up on match point right now. So stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere. Alright guys, we're here with Game 3 right now. Hecarim immediately banned by Mega Game Alpha. Festus Smartin definitely doesn't want to face that again. Rek'Sai banned away, definitely one of his stronger champions here. I wonder if they'll go with the Aatrox ban, but then again it didn't look too good. Morgana being banned away now as well. Don't want Palka Cookies on that really safe champion. Silas, nice flex pick that we've seen both King and Prism both pop off on. Definitely a solid ban against them. Don't want them flexing that around. Vladimir ban being banned away. Again, Brutus Muffin champion on top of his normal poke mages. Vlad's one of those as well that he plays quite often. Again, decent wave clear. And just like really decent laning. Kali being banned away now by Rabid. So definitely get rid of these flex picks. And Mega Game Alpha is going to first pick the Ezreal. They're taking away the Ezreal. Now let's see where Sniper is going to land on his ADC now. What is his pick into this? What is our bot lane going to look like? Did they pick a support this early even? I don't know. No Sonateric bans either, so I don't know if Rabid Rabbits have actually practiced Sonateric to, you know, pop that out right now and surprise everybody here, but we'll have to see. 5 seconds left on this pick. Kai'Sa is definitely a very solid pick here. So I definitely respect that. And I would love to see a jungle pick here, blind. Maybe they pick the Sejuani again since that was banned away. They definitely did not like playing it against that. Because I think even if they didn't ban Hecarim again, I think a different early game would have made that game look quite a bit different, in my opinion. But 5 seconds left here. And there's the Janet once again. Pocket Cookies definitely did look more comfortable on the Janet than the Sona from game 1 of this. So we'll have to see. Can Rabbids actually go with the 3-0? Can a a team of like people that like stitch together, Rabid Rabbits, actually beat Omega Game Alpha, an established team that's been practicing for a long time here? So I'm curious, or is this the beginning of the reverse sweep? Does Omega Game Alpha have you woken the beast? They didn't wake him up in game 2. Maybe game 3 is when they get poked enough to where they're like, all right, fine, we're angry now. We're gonna play now. Like, fine, we're not trolling anymore. We're gonna play Jace now. We're gonna early pick our top laner here, which could be flexed in mid. Like I said, Princeton has played in mid, so definitely potential for there. Ahri though was picked along with it, so I mean, it's pretty sure they just picked both of their solo laners right now. Rabbids can answer one of these solo laners though right now, so that way they at least have an answer to one of them. I expect the other one will get bans against it of what the champ based on the champ pool, stuff like that. I would hope maybe they do a top lane pick here to Tom Kench. I expect that, but Poppy is what they pick here into the Jace. Definitely not a great matchup for Poppy, but it's definitely better than the Darius matchup that we saw last game. Kingen definitely did take over that, did have like a 50 CS lead by like 15 minutes, so definitely something to look at here. And now the banning phase here for round 2 has begun. I fully expect Rabid Rabbits are going to ban supports. Maybe they ban the Braum or junglers right here. They're going to do jungle bans. I think J4 is a solid ban. Get Fez's Marin on more uncomfortable champions. We've seen him on the the Ziggs was banned. Yeah, of course that was. I think it was absolutely obnoxious to play against. I love seeing Brutus and Muffin Ziggs because it's definitely a very solid champion for him. We'll have to see what else is going to be banned here. I like to see maybe I really would like to see a support ban. Ban the Braum. I think Braum is their best bot lane champ that they have left. But they're gonna ban Sejuani. So that banning Sejuani makes me think either A, they got a really weird jungle pick they're about to pick, or B, they're flexing the Poppy to potentially be jungle, because jungle Poppy is a thing. I am curious, like which way they're leaning with that. I don't see it very often. Lee Sin being banned away. That would have been a pick taken away from Fezos Marin if Rabid Rabbits decided to pick it, because it definitely has been banned before, so kind of forced to ban it themselves to make sure they don't get a really bad jungle matchup. I'm really curious. I fully expect them to pick their mid laner here because I already see the mid here. Why not save the jungle pick for last unless they think something has such high priority that they must pick it now? I mean, they don't. So yeah, they're just going to pick mid here. Omega Alpha gonna have to blind the bot lane. They are gonna pick the Olaf here. I think that's definitely really solid. And there's the Braum pick. So kind of forced on the early game jungler. They have an early game top laner. Ahri Ezreal will scale at least alright into mid lane depending on how your laning goes and how you're playing the champion. But I'm curious, does Sniper really hard punish this bot lane? I mean, it's Ezreal Braum. Like that's a really hard to do that. So, Amumu is the jungle pick. I really like Amumu. Amumu is really strong right now, I think. He does a lot of base damages already. And then his passive with the magic damage, true damage bonus to all your teammates to it. I mean, he's going to have probably a Sunfire Cape Poppy, which does a decent amount of magic damage. Orianna, definitely a nice wombo combo with the Amumu and all that kind of stuff. And then Kai'Sa does a really good amount of magic damage as well. So, Amumu Kai'Sa is like the ideal ADC combo with the Amumu, aside from the Misfortune, of course, with the Curse of the Sad Bullet Time. But, no one cares about that anymore. MF's a dead champion. I think we're about to start here on the picks, so in a few seconds here. So, game 3, match point here for Rabid Rabbits, so about to start here, so in a nice pick and ban phase, and then, the lovely 3-minute wait. Are they going to start? They're saying R like a bunch of times and they haven't started. There we go. Alright, so now they're going to got to redo the picks and bans, you know, all that great stuff. But, you know, talking about the picks here, I like the Hecarim ban. They definitely got ahead really early, albeit I don't think you necessarily need to ban it. I think maybe you just pick it yourself. You are first pick, but they decided to pick first pick the Ezreal, get Sniper off his comfort champion. Very clearly, he's comfortable on the Ezreal, and he's very safe on it too, so it makes it really hard for them to gank and punish him like they tried to do last game. Mega Alpha decided to go back more. They decided to go for the more laning focus type thing. Like, notice there was no Aurelia ban this time. There was no. I think it's really the main one that they were playing before. There was no Aurelia. They're going for more of a safe wave clear option, team fight oriented team fight comp. Then they still lost. You know, they didn't. They had all this hard engage and they still weren't able to engage on them, and it kind of just screwed them over. This Janna was very effective at that. But this time now they got stronger lanes, a stronger early game jungler. In terms of the Olaf here, J4 obviously is really strong early game jungler, but the Olaf's definitely a lot more effective at I am engaging no matter what you do. Doesn't matter if you have a stupid Janna on your team, it's not slowing me down. I'm unstoppable during this time. He just pops the Ragnarok, goes in, and it forces a fight to go on. Albeit, I do want to mention, yeah, they have safer wave clear with Ahri and Jace and Ezreal and the Olaf axes. They don't have as really good engage this time. So if they do get if they get behind and trying to do picks and stuff like that, it's actually going to be kind of difficult for them to do it. It's more of a forcing type function where the Ahri has to get a pick on somebody, the Jace has to isolate somebody down, or the Olaf just chases the person down. Or if the Braum is there, he's the only person that can do an ultimate that like actually has a large Wombo CC. On the other side here, Rabid, you see the Mumu, you see the Orianna. Those two especially are just super easy. Just go like, I'm just going to go in, I'm going to ult. Everyone's dead now, or CC'd, you know. So it's definitely very effective between those two. Poppy also really strong as well in terms of just being able to just be so tanky with the shield, with the buckler, with the range. Can do okay into Jace, like I said before. Can block some of the damage with the steadfast presence or W. So I think it's really come down to, like, I mean, honestly, there's a very real possibility Rabbits with the Janna alone can just go like any engage they do, like, nope, we will prevent everyone else from joining. We will kill the Olaf during this time. And after that, then we'll go destroy the rest of your team. We'll have Kai'Sa ult on your backline. We'll have Orianna shockwave you guys, and boom, you guys are done. That's definitely a very real possibility in my opinion. They do have double shield with Orianna Jan as well, which really hurts Olaf in terms of even if he does stick on somebody, it's really hard for him to take that person down. So, but again, it depends on Rabbits executing on this. We've seen the last two games, they have executed on a really decent poke and siege comp. This one is not as poke and siege as the last two. This one's definitely more of a, you need to team fight, you need to actually win these team fights to actually get ahead. But I think this team should snowball a lot better. They have a lot more innate synergies than the comp they ran last game, which, albeit they did win last game, I think the innate synergies there were solely based on disengage, you know, just avoiding fighting Omega Game Alpha. So I think it's really, I'm really looking at top lane. This Jace has got to smash. Olaf's got to go up there quite often. If he does not go up there often, he better be invading some Mumu and making a Mumu absolutely useless champion. Because otherwise, like, if this Jace does not get ahead, the Olaf does not, you know, make sure that goes well in that favor, I don't think bot lane is going to go super one way. Like, it's, you know, it's Braum, Ezreal, yeah, they can stack really fast, but that's assuming, you know, someone that gets the Braum Q on him doesn't immediately go, I'm going to back away. You know, I mean, Janet can shield some of it, Kai'Sa can use her E to walk away. Like, it definitely had those tools to, like, disengage and stuff like that. Olaf could go bot lane, could go mid, but, like, yeah, I think going mid wouldn't be a bad option. Definitely has decent setup with the Ahri, but I have a feeling that Orion's going to run Cleanse or something like that. He has been running Ghost both games, I think, so he might opt for that. But, I mean, honestly, like, if King is not smashing in the top lane, Jace is not a real champion. If Olaf is not doing something early game, it's like, why are you playing Olaf? You should have played, you know, the other tank. You should have picked the Mumu or picked Zac, you know, one of the other tank junglers if you're just going to AFK farm. Or screw it, dude. Pick Karthus or Kha'Zix who can scale at least decently as an assassin even. But otherwise, like, yeah, you should be picking. If you're picking Olaf, you better be doing something early game. I fully expect you to do that. You should be clearing your jungle way faster than the Mumu. Like, quite a bit fast. Like, it should be a camp up by like 6 minutes. So we'll have to see if they're actually able to execute on what I'm saying here. So I think it's really what it comes down to. So I am gonna save my voice, grab some more water, and we'll be back in 2.5 minutes, about maybe 3, with Game 3 match point here in the favor of Rapid Rabbits, who are up 2-0 in this series. Stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon. And it looks like we're now in game right now, boys, for Game 3 of Rapid Rabbits versus Mega Gaming Alpha. The number 1 versus the number 3 seed of Elder League here. Pre-made team that was that decided to join Elder League versus a team of players that say, hey, put me on the roster, see how it goes. Rabid Rabbits, the team of players going, let's see how it goes. Up 2-0 right now, on match point right now. I'm a little hype. I'm excited for this. It'd be awesome to see like we have such high quality players where like they can actually compete. They actually were learning something during this split and can compete with a team like Omega Gaming Alpha, who definitely have looked very strong and dominant throughout the split. Definitely 15-3 over the season. I mean, Rabid Rabbits no slouch, 12-3 themselves, but they are doing an invade right now. I think they're spotted out, so this invade should be about done unless someone screws up here. No one's screwing up, so I think we're good. Oh, Pocket Cookies could have screwed up just now, guys. That would have been bad. He's actually getting poked down quite a bit. He should be autoing, actually. No, he actually went coins, so he just doesn't care. He's just looking to walk away. If teams would have followed Pheasant Mire, they would have gotten a kill actually right there. That's funny. They saw the invade. I don't know why he even left a bush. Why even go back? I think Flyer's gonna give him the whip after this. Look, like bad. He didn't even get fully healed in the fountain. Oh man. Sovereign. Ooh. Could get poked out a little bit. That's actually really bad at this time because he's actually about to start red buff right here at like half HP. Definitely not desirable. Especially no Olaf. He's actually starting Raptor camps, it looks like. Which definitely, we've been seeing that start. Most Moomoos have been going W start first. So it's a little weird that he started E. But it makes sense if you're starting Raptors. You know, you're going to get all those autos. But bottom lane looking to do it all in at level 1 right now. Looking to be a little cheeky there. Maybe hoping they would force a really late bot leash. But there's wards there on the blue buff. So they go, nope, we're not doing blue buff. We're going to do something a little bit more unpredictable. Oxby looking good with the Braum, landing some crucial Qs right there. Well, not crucial. They're actually really just cheeky. Not really offering any incentive, but a push for level 2 is going on bot lane. Both of these players definitely trying to do their best to push the lane, make sure they get level 2. Don't have any of that shenanigans happening. You don't want a level 2 power spike Braum in your face or Kaisa. Jen is actually not too bad at level 2 either, but nothing too crazy going on right here. Ooh, nice attempt by Oxv, but this gets a nice Kaisa Q in his face and not able to do too much. So Mumu doing a full clear of his bots, of this topside jungle, and then backing. So that's pretty. We've been seeing that a little bit for junglers that like to prefer ganking quite often, or you know, like here he just bought boots, he refilled his potions, helps him with his lane a little bit, or with his jungling. Beast Snake, I'm assuming he's Q and W, considering he never uses E backward into the turret. Yeah, he does have Q and W, so looking to make sure to deny that. If he had the E, he could have actually pushed the Jace into the turret right there, make him take a turret shot, and actually maybe get a kill there. But he got W level 2, probably to prevent an all-in attempt with the Jace to the skies there, so definitely very necessary. Olaf now showing in the bottom lane, going for the Scuttle Crab, is seen by a ward here. Sovereign looking to maybe contest that. I think this is really risky of him to do so, considering his bot lane and mid lane are actually both pushed in right now, so hopefully he just gives it. But he did just reveal he was bot side, but it shouldn't be too much of a surprise considering they had wards by that blue buff, so we'll have to see. I'm curious if Olaf's going to go for the top scuttle, because that's still there. That's still available to one of these junglers, if one of them asks for it. Actually, the freaking minions decide randomly to get in front of you. And it's weird seeing this game. Omega and Alpha is pushing in all 3 lanes. Looks like they're doing well in all 3 lanes, for the most part. I don't think Pride's as real as dominant as Sniper's was. You know, Sniper was actually doing really well in lane, using his W, actually able to immediately proc it as well. Like perfectly comboing the autos and stuff. So Pogo Cookies using the little Janna W every once in a while, but there's another to the skies blocked right there by SFS present. But meanwhile in the bot lane, there is the Braum in the face of Sniper. Having to use a flash, Ignite was just used, but the Q misses right there, so no stun gubs. Oxby actually might be a little bit of trouble here, but he is still here, he being the Olaf, so I don't think they can go for that kill right now. And Oxby having to commit both of his sums there. Only some using the side of Rabid Rabbit Sniper here, so definitely kind of a small win for them in my opinion. But oh, Sovereign. I think he just missed his flash. He's trying to flash over the large wall there, or he's flashing away. I don't know really which was going on up there. 11. That's a good one. But this Olaf is not invading a Mumu aggressively like I was hoping. Like they knew he was starting on top side. Why would you not just start on the same side as him and then immediately go invade him? Like, even with red buff, this Mumu shouldn't be winning trades against you. And then they're having all this pressure in all three of the lanes. Like all three lanes are pushed in, and yet he's still not invading this Mumu. Still not trying to push the early game advantage that Olaf as a jungler has over most other junglers, just because he's so strong early with attack speed increase from getting lower health. The closer you are to killing Olaf, the better he is at killing you. It's like, it's a fun world that Olaf lives in, where he can just go absolutely ham. Pocket Cookies and Sniper looking to get something there, but they just forced the Ezreal TP. Nothing too crazy. And like right when I say that, Olaf does invade, but there's no jungle camps. He's not tracking where Sovereign actually is. He doesn't know what jungle camp he's actually taking. Those kind of things. So definitely has me a little worried there in my opinion. To the skies, not used there, so definitely could wait for that. But I think he's gonna use it on that. Ooh, nice dodge by Beast Snake, but he's just slowly being poked out. I mean, Kingen luckily is taking turret shots when he's poking Beast Snake out, so it is kind of hurting his ability to stay in this lane and keep pushing him and poking him and keep hearing him as long. Like the minute this Poppy starts getting more items, it becomes more difficult for him as opposed to the Jace with the double longswords. Like he's gonna be winning this lane matchup for a long time, I think, simply because he's ranged. But he has to make sure he's not taking turret shots in exchange for just a couple autos on the Poppy. But it's really weird seeing this low CS in the top lane. It's not normal for Kingen to have 36 CS at 7 minutes. This is definitely he's thinking more about winning lane as Jace and trying to punish him, but he actually keeps pushing the lane. It makes it harder for the Olaf to come up and camp for him, if he even is going to. I don't actually know. Sniper might be in a little trouble there. Definitely could have been if they committed for that, but not gonna opt for that. And a pretty decent wave coming down right now into the bot wave turret. Meanwhile, Sovereign just finished his red buff. You can take that away. He is now level 6. He got level 6 fairly scot-free. No invades. Nothing crazy happened early game. Olaf hasn't gotten a kill yet. It's like almost 8 minutes. 0 kills on this Olaf. Definitely a red flag for me at this point. Like, this guy needs to go do something. Beast Snake might actually get taken down solo. Doesn't matter if the... Oh, the Mumu actually missing that on the stun Jace is actually pretty big flunder right there. But I think Kingen might go down right there from the red buff from Sovereign. So well done by him. Nice fancy feat as well to dodge. Olaf Axe was thrown way too far. You don't need to throw that far. And Sovereign just, matching this Olaf better and doing nice counter gank. Red buff versus no red buff. Ooh, but Vesismar knows he has a damage. Actually takes him down. Definitely a huge boon to him. Definitely making something happen finally. Took him this long to finally do something, but able to punish a mistake here. Oh my goodness, Oxby's so low. There's a Kaisa ult right there. Gonna get the last out. No more mana, but Pocket Cookies is with him now to make sure he can shield and walk away. Meanwhile, Kingen's gotta be a little careful, but maybe it's actually Beast Snake that's in trouble here. Olaf, though, does not have his ultimate right now. Cannot be taking this turret up very well. Kingen actually taking it up right now. Nice empowered Q, but there is the teleport right there from the side of Oxby with the Summoner Spellbook Braum. Definitely just going to back up here in the bot lane. Don't want to be facing a nice, fresh HP Braum, so... Brutus Muffin about to take blue buff. I almost said red buff. That would have been bad. And Sniper slowly being poked out there, but Beast Snake definitely holding his own in this lane. Definitely, actually, I think he's causing Kingen to lose so much farm by him trying to trade with him so often. That it's actually making Kingen kind of hurt himself a little bit. I think Kingen would have just played the farm in CS like he did again in the Darius versus Poppy matchup. He definitely would be doing better in that aspect. He'd be actually up quite a bit of CS, but instead he's so focused on trying to smash in this lane that it's kind of hurting himself. And Beast Snake actually getting King kind of low right there. Actually kind of a little risky in my opinion for him to stay in the lane a little bit longer. Gonna need to back pretty soon, I think. One all-in or stun from Beast Snake could just mean he is taken down. And I mean, looking at the game holistically, there's one plating each in mid, 2 planings down in top lane in favor of Mega Game Alpha. But other than that, this is as even a game as you get. Sovereign putting the ward over, actually lands the bandage toss right there. Princeton might be a little bit of trouble. Does do the charm right into the turret. Does put Ignite down, but Sovereign just uses ultimate right there. But did not have the follow up right there from Bruce. There is the flash. The Ezreal ultimate almost taking him down right now. That's definitely really close in favor of Sovereign, but he's just gonna go do his Raptors and not give a damn, I guess. So gonna use a smite to heal up. And honestly, if I were him, I would just back, but that's just me. Orianna though, ooh, did land the damage, but it was in the last half second of the back channel. Does not actually cancel that back, so unlucky right there. Meanwhile, Olaf is mid, flashing right on a Brutus Muffin, gonna force his flash away. So, well played by him. Flash for flash, especially on a mid laner, definitely always worth. Ooh, that stun right there on Sniper could have been bad right there. Braum should have used his ult, I think. But they're not committing for anything here. They're just playing against Janna very slowly. I guess they're waiting for the Olaf to come down. Peacenik gotta be a little careful up here in the top lane as well. But Olaf, definitely one of the champions that can solo drag very easily. Just needs the fact that no one is coming to contest it. Definitely helps him out quite a bit. Ooh, Peacenik actually blocking to the skies and actually winning in that trade in the minion wave. Actually, he's probably going to keep going for it, honestly. Right, one more auto, he's actually secured that kill, and the solo kill on the Kingin from Beastnik right there. It's a nice punish with the steadfast presence reaction to the skies from this Jace. So definitely well played by him. And Kingin, usually one of the solid rocks on this team of making Alpha, just having, I would say, an uncharacteristic off day. I don't know if it's because he's not playing the Kennen anymore, and that Kennen just is really the champion is really good at, or maybe it's something else. Maybe he's tilted. Maybe he hates playing as Tahm Kench top. I know I do. I don't blame him if that's the aspect. It's definitely not fun to play a Sniper though. Got to be a little careful there, forcing the Janna Monsoon to come out. So, but now they're full HP again, actually, with the ultimate usage. So they got to be a little careful. Actually, they would lose an all-in now, I think, from the Kaisa Pocket Cookies combo. Trying to land all of their poke here. Oxby actually getting fairly low on mana right now. Ultimate is up still though, so they definitely can make something happen. But I think this Amumu was actually soloing the drag. It's so weird to see Amumu soloing a dragon by himself, especially Cloud Drake, which does a lot of damage. But Fezimar is using that to his advantage, taking the red buff, now going over to the Rift Herald right now. I don't know if Poppy in the Orion, excuse me, can actually contest this or not, just because of how the lanes have been going. Albeit Beastnik has been winning the lane very slowly and surely, but I'm not sure. Kingin also doing a little weird on his build where he went Phage after he got the the lethality item there, so I think he's going for more of he needs a Black Cleaver to actually break through all of that armor that's going on. Rift Herald finally finished by Mr. Olaf here, so GOP finish for Ari. So definitely a lot of big first ticket items here. Luden's Echo done by the Orianna as well, so definitely really strong. Rift Herald immediately using top lane. Platings are still up for another 10 seconds, so they're going to secure first turret and platings in top lane, so definitely really well done by them. Immediately using that Rift Herald to their advantage. Definitely a big fan of that. And they're actually going to get the Rift Herald to go in the top lane. A second wave, they actually had to pull over Brutus Muffin over here just to make sure that this does not go down. But now they're saying let's do a dive onto this Amumu that's solo clearing in the mid lane. But Ari is backing right now, kind of trying to use that to her advantage. Sovereign, gotta be a little careful though. He's about to phase check into two people right here, and this is not something you want to be doing right there. Easy kill right there for Fezismarin and Kingin. I would have liked he gave it to Kingin actually, because Kingin is playing Jace. Jace needs kills to do well, but I mean a 2-0 Olaf might be better than a 2-0 Olaf might be better than a 1-2 and 1 Jace. I'm not really sure, honestly. It depends how far away he is from items, but Jace now sitting on 2k gold right here, so definitely looking to go back. Meanwhile, in bot lane, both of the ADCs now have the Manamune completed. For those not aware, the Manamune build on Kaisa is just a cheaper way to get your Q upgrade very quickly. Before you would go Storm Razor, and then you could buy a pickaxe, and then that essentially, once you became level 8 or 9, you essentially would get the Q upgrade. So now you go Man Immune, and then by level 8 or 9, you'll have once you have like, I think 250, 350 tier stack. Oh, Sniper just flashes on to Prize, knowing that he's alone, forcing both of their flashes right there, so definitely really aggressive. Sniper knows he had it right there. Just sadly, he's playing Ezreal, so he just gets away really quickly. That's really cheeky from Oxby. He used his control ward next to the turret to prevent them from killing the control ward. That is hilarious. But definitely need to be careful right now because Kingin and Fezosmarn are coming down. But going back to the manual, but yeah, essentially once you have 250, 350 stacks plus that same pickaxe along with your Man Immune, it's 600 gold cheaper than the Storm Razor. So you do it, that much faster. You don't have to wait for a BF sword or anything like that, which you have to do in the case of the Ezreal E is on cooldown right there. This is really easy kill onto Prize right there. Nice punish. And Oxvy's the next target right now, but I think there's actually a Kingin and an Olaf here who are doing massive amounts of damage. Poppy is also here as well, so a nice 5-man in the bot lane. 2-man shockwave right there, though, could be pretty huge right there. Fezosmarn, though, still slamming away on that Olaf right there. Nice burst damage. Princeton actually really low. Beastsnake could definitely take this. Just needs to land the E right here, but getting minion blocks, so not going to go for it. So now they push this wave in, I think, and that is a humongous team fight in the bot lane that ends up going 2 for 3 in favor of Rabid Rabbits right there. There is an Ezreal coming down. Might actually take down Brutus Muffin, but it's not actually pointed in that direction. And honestly, I think they can take this, but it is a little risky because they're just going to push this wave back, and they can probably just take it back because they know that this Poppy and Orianna have to go back. Orianna is fairly low. Brutus Muffin definitely going back, but looking at where those kills landed, 1 kill landed on Fezosmarn. He did give away a shutdown goal, I believe. 1 kill did go over to Kingin, who's just running it down mid right now, quite literally. Almost got himself killed. 1v2. Not respecting the Kai'Sa damage this early, not realizing that he has the Q upgrade, it looks like, so at level 10. But yeah, 1 kill goes to Ari, 1 kill goes, and 1 kill goes to the Olaf, 1 kill goes to the Jace. On the other side, 1 kill goes to the Orianna, who's now sitting at 1-0-1. A kill on Kai'Sa, and then a kill on the Poppy, I believe, as well. So definitely, I think, a little bit favored towards Rabid Rabbits. In terms of, yeah, the Kai'Sa, they definitely want this Kai'Sa to be escalating really quickly. They definitely want the Orianna to be doing well, because the better this Orianna is doing, the better shields she's going to be giving, as well as the more damage her shockwave and the faster she kills people, Definitely doing a lot of burst damage and utility as well, so I'm a little curious if they're actually going to fight over this Inferno Drake. They do not have their jungler right now, so they're just kind of catching the waves. Kingin, though, could definitely do some poke on this Kai'Sa and do some damage, I think, as well. It has to be a little careful. He is kind of alone. Does his accelerated shock blaze combo. Ooh, Keeper's Verdict actually kicks Olaf out of here. So now this essentially is a 3v4. Ooh, nice. Steadfast presence as well. Amumu does take the dragon. Here's Olaf, though, in the middle of their entire team. Does take down Pocket Cookies, but the Jace is to this guys right there. 2-man shockwave ult during the Amumu ult. So that's another clean 2 kills here on the side of Rabid Rabbit. So definitely playing these team fights better. And they're just not getting all this poke. They're not getting those picks I was talking about during the draft beforehand, where like Princeton needs to be getting a pick onto somebody and trying to do what Bruce Buff was doing last game, where he would get a charm on somebody, land his Q, land the charm, land the Q, and then like poke someone down to half HP, so they're just a little bit more wary about what's going on. And instead, they're just kind of running in. The Olaf let himself get ulted away when he could have just used his Olaf, use his ult immediately, and then not get knocked away. Don't get that dragon stolen when you actually honestly have an advantage at this point in the game. You should, honestly. Sovereign slowed down quite a bit, but I see pings for top lane from the team. But Bruce Muffin, low on mana. Beastsnake, low on health, so definitely they should be looking to back and reset here. But Pocket Cookies being the first person taken down in a team fight is not as bad a 4v5 as, the other team essentially losing Princeton at the beginning of the fight. He tried to ult away, in the pit, got Steadfast Presence blocked, so he got immediately knocked up. Then he had to use another ult just to get away, and at that point he's like, 1 HP, essentially it's a 4v5. One of these champions just shields everyone and lets them do their own thing. The other one like does damage and is a significant damage source and source of utility in CC for the team. So I think like honestly, when you have those team fights go that way, like you need to just give it up. Don't be giving these kills on top of the dragon that you're giving away. I mean, Fezzesmar was really close to stealing the dragon back, but I mean, Rageblade now done for Kaisa, Thornmail now done for this Amumu. It's gonna get tougher as the game goes on. The Royal Analcon's also done for the Orianna, so that's some reduced healing for this Olaf, for this Conqueror Jace as well in the top lane. So have to see. I fully expect Rabid Rabbits, they'll probably push in top, try and clear some of this Baron vision, try and take this top outer turret. That's the last outer turret that's still in here. I really like that they push for 2 turrets in mid. Most teams would push for 1, call it a day. But they went for the more aggressive 2 turrets. Were able to secure it. They have a Janna, so it's really easy to disengage in their respect, so they can do those slightly a little bit more aggressive timing type things. So they can just put a Janna, turn it down, use it, people will go away. So. And we'll have to see, how successful they are in this. They have pushed in top wave, so they see the Ahri's up there. They might actually do a dive on her. I would love to see that, but and then again, it is Ahri, who is a pretty slippery champion overall, so she could just use her ultimate to walk away. But Bruise Muffin just pushing in the turret, and just playing around the vision they have around here in Baron. And there is a pause. Top has 200 ping. Top is lagging. Yikes. And that's the side of Beast Snake here, so definitely can't use that excuse for King in this game. And just taking the game in total, it's only 300 gold difference still. Even with the lost team fight around Infernal Drake, they have an Infernal, they have a Cloud. That's maybe worth an extra, 1,000 gold, 2,000, whatever you want to argue. So there is a slight advantage here in favor of Rabid Rabbits. But a main game alpha is not out of this game yet. Fezzesmar is 4-2-2. He definitely has had some hard carry games. He's definitely doing a lot of damage. He's landing several, through these team fights, he's landing 3 to 4 man axes quite consistently. So that's slowing a lot of people, doing a lot of damage with that because you do max that axe first. So I mean, it's just a matter of just getting the team in there, doing a little bit more damage, being a little bit more aggressive. I think the Ezreal positioning from Prize has been very passive, very not aggressive enough. He's only throwing Qs. He's not doing the autos on top of it. So I think if he gets more comfortable, or once he gets his items where he feels like he can go in and do that kind of burst, and then that would be the real turning point for their team. Until this Kaisa and Amumu just get ridiculous, right? There's a point where Kaisa just gets ridiculous in terms of DPS. I mean, Amumu does quite a bit of damage as well. Orianna can single-handedly win a team fight with a nice shockwave. I don't think we've seen anything crazy out of Bruce Muffin, but has looked decent. All of them have been 2 to 3 man. That's really good. Been doing the damage and doing the team fights well. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Hopefully this pause is not long. I kind of hope not. Excuse me. 3 turrets to 3, 6 to 10 kills. I'm actually curious where the gold advantage even really is. I guess it's all of it really balances out. Ezreal's up I don't know, 20 CS. Mid is up 20 CS in favor of the Orianna. Jungle is up 30 CS. I think that's probably a bigger difference in gold. And then top lane's up, 20 CS. So all these are pretty relatively even. I'm seeing some R's in chat, so should be getting into game right now. I'm actually gonna look at the gold difference here. Yeah, so jungle, it's significant. It's a 1.3k difference. But the thing is, Olaf needs the gold and items to do well in these team fights and just in general. Meanwhile, Amumu, he's just gonna buy tank items. He's just gonna get as tanky as he can, and he just does his thing, right? He uses ultimate. He has, he throws some tears on the ground and it hurts people. Beyond that, that's his goal. He's fine with not too much resources, not too much gold. ADC is relatively even. Mid lane is pretty significant, and it's mainly due to the 3 kills on this Orianna. But Princeton is immediately going for this with Fezzesmar, but there is a Orianna up here. There's a Mumu up here as well. This Olaf is kind of 1v4 right now at this point. Gonna have to flash away. Kaisa ult goes forward. Actually getting taken out really low, but Sniper does survive right there. Nice two-man shockwave right there to continue this fight in the favor of them being Rabid Rabid. So well played by them. Do they immediately go over to this Baron buff, force Kingen to maybe TP down to try and contest? Or, you know, I mean, like, Beast Snake is just clearing the wave. He's just doing his best. Kingen's gotta be thinking about, like, do I let them take the Baron, or do I try and just trade for a bot turret here? I think his best option is to do this bot turret trade. So I fully expect him to try all in on this Poppy and try and take her down. Meanwhile, this Baron is now finally taken over, and that makes it so much harder now for him to do that all in on Beast Snake. Kind of like what I was talking before, like Mega Gaming Alpha, like he had to do it right then in order for him to even win that. Once they take that Baron, it's like you done. You lose the team fights. You lose in the minions with the amount of damage they can do. And this is really good for them too. From the side Rapid Raz, they get the Baron and they go like, no one's here. Let's go top lane. You know, that's a free turret. Let's get that real fast. Get that pushing in our favor. And then we're gonna back. There is a dragon that's about to spawn here. Just to look what it is. It is another cloud. So nothing too crazy. I don't expect to make a game alpha to actually contest it very heavily. And like I said, it's just a cloud. No one really cares. I'd be surprised if they did, honestly. But making alpha down 2-0, or down 0-2, I should say it the correct way. Down 0-2 in this game. Now down 3k gold. They gotta work some magic to come back in this game. I think it's gonna be based off Kingen actually getting a decent flank. I've been saying this the first two games. He has not actually done any of his normal flanks. There is a flanking ward right now, for on back there, but he's, you know, right now he's in bot lane pushing. He's in front with his team right now. He's going to be coming from the front of them. Like, that's not where you want to be, honestly. Ooh, two-man shockwave right there. Actually starting a fight right here. Despite their attempts right there, Kingen going to be taken down as well. Dang, that's such a huge punish by Brutish Muffin. Well played by him. And now they just do the 5-man push in the mid lane. Try and take an inhibitor down off those 2 kills right there. 15 seconds for Braum. 24 seconds for this Kingen on this Jace here. They do gotta watch out for an Ahri Charm. Olaf can possibly clear these waves, but with the Baron buff, it makes it a lot harder for them to defend this. So definitely easy for them. And it's a matter of where do they reset, where do they go. The Braum has respawned. Jace is coming up in 5 seconds. So definitely should be looking to back up here. I'm hoping they would start pushing bot lane, because that's, I mean, next thing is Dragon, so that's the next thing you want to try and get some advantage and positional for. But it looks like they're just going to do a full reset, see how it goes. I think Sniper is going to greed for some bot lane farm here, but not going to be a big deal. And then with this Baron, they've already shot up 4k. They got another drag. They got some more kills. They won another team fight off the back of Brutus Muffin Shockwave. So definitely looking really good. And Brutus Muffin's having quietly a really good series, I think, in my opinion. He's like 5-0-5 this game. The Ziggs game, he was single-handedly kicking out Festus Marin out of the dragon area whenever they're trying to contest, like with the Ziggs poke. And then, you know, the first game, you know, he's playing, what was he playing? I don't remember off the top of my head. But he played well that game too. He was playing the Ahri. He's playing the Glacial Augment Ahri. Definitely was doing fine there. He's definitely laying a lot of charms and stuff. He just, you know, he's playing Glacial Augment Ahri. Doesn't do a lot of damage. So here's a grouping now. They're putting 4-man in bot lane. Orion is not there right now, but neither is the Ahri. So they got some time. Sovereign is getting poked out a little bit. So definitely what Omega Gaming Alpha should be looking to do is trying to poke out Sovereign or Sniper or even Beast Snake or anybody. Honestly, anybody that doesn't have healing, which is literally everyone on the team, you want to be poking out. But there's an engage right there from Sovereign, actually forcing the Braum ultimate right there, but didn't even use his own. So kind of baiting all those cooldowns out. Actually, it's pretty big for them, because next time he goes in like that, now he knows there's no Braum ult. That's the only hard CC engage on the side of, like, engage at all for the side of making Alpha. Without that, they're kind of screwed, actually. It's really hard for them to defend. It's really hard for them to even do team fights against this Amumu. So, but Baron has gone away, but I mean, the Orion is threatening a dive with a shockwave right now. So I think this is being really well done by them. They're kind of just, playing correct, methodical, you know, using their zones of influence and control here really well. Bruce Muffin chunking out Fezzesmar and just getting that free poke and not getting punished for it is pretty good for them. And mid lane is about to push in. Meanwhile, red buff being taken by snipers, so definitely going to be even harder to get onto him. And, Omega getting Alpha, first seed. You think, oh, they're going to 3-0 in Elder Finals, but actually it's Sovereign and the rest of the squad. Olaf's now just running it down. Redemption there, about to try and heal everybody up. Bandage toss does miss from Sovereign, but does not matter right now. Sniper now on the Rage Blade stacks, now sitting at 6-1 and 8 on this Kai'Sa. Definitely looking very strong this series. And there's another Moo engage with the ultimate right there and the shockwave to follow up right there. Nice wombo combo. Another double kill for Bruce Muffin. 7-0 and 7 on this Orianna. Where has this guy been? He should have picked this Orianna more often, if you ask me. But Sovereign now taking the turret, trolling a little bit, but not a big deal. He has double shields. Keeper's Verdict gonna come in right now, and this is now a 3-0 victory for Rapid Rabbits as the Elder League champions. Congratulations, guys. Well played by you. I'm gonna go see if I can give you guys a nice little interview here if you're still around, hopefully. But well played by there. Let's see. Hey, guys.
Oh.
What's up? It's interview time, man.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Congratulations, man. Were you expecting a 3-0?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, honestly, like, it's easy as fuck. Like, honestly, straight up, we haven't scrimmed once as a team. We just meet every Thursday.
Okay, so what changed, like, for you guys? Like, because you guys definitely did drop a game to Lemon's team, right?
Yeah.
Was that just you trolling in the draft that game, or is that like?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, I wanted to strangle them.
So we like first picked Tom Kench top, and we're like, all right, everything's great, and then we're like, all right, let's pick an 80s in the mid lane. Let's pick Corky. This is great. This is a good champion. And then we pick some like hyper scaling ADC in the bot lane.
Kai'Sa or Vayne or some shit, and then we give last pick to me, and they're like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "I don't know, Kindred."
No, you said Graves.
It was Graves.
Oh yeah, no, it was Graves. That's right.
And so there's like 1 second on the clock. You're like, fuck it, let's go live. So we lost that game. So the trick was just don't pick, 3 ADCs, and we're in a good spot.
We're in a good spot. You learned something from the game, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you guys just did really well. I wasn't expecting this game to, like, the first game was definitely really close. I think definitely could have gone either way with how the game was going, but it's just like I don't know.
I made a big mistake in the draft there. I gave Aurelia, and that ended up being problematic in the team fights, but we ended up being able to pull it off.
I honestly thought you guys, like, don't ban Aurelia. We got the Tom Kench, because the Tom Kench is really good into Aurelia. Kingin was just playing it. He's Aurelia is pretty neat. He's very good about it. But
I made some missteps in the 1v1s. I was like, oh, I need to just facepalm right now. I lost this 1v1 as it was happening. I was like, oh no.
I think I asked you a couple times, like, "Are you winning that?" You're like, "Yeah," and then you die right away. I'm like, "Oh."
I was like, oh, I misstepped, boys. It's going down.
Yeah, it's like I missed up. Was I just walking into the river? I'm like, oh yeah, dead.
I just needed to finish the death cap.
Pocket every game is just like, what AP item can I build here?
Is
we had to persuade
good
him.
on this champion?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you like that Sheen 04?
But it won now.
Yeah, won though.
It won though. Is the only reason you picked that Sona game 1 is just prevent Sona Taric? Were you worried about that?
Well, we've also played the Sona before, and it scales super well. So, we weren't afraid to go into the late game because we had Sona. So, it really wasn't that worrying on that end. And we also just didn't want to deal with Sona Taric. Like, there's no point in giving it to them when they're on blue side when we play the Sona.
I have an interview question for Nibs here.
Oh, you want to ask me a question? Sure.
Oh, I want to ask you a question.
Go for it.
Having gone split to split, what is it like to cast the redemption arc of Muffin and Sovereign finally coming back to finals again
Yeah, right.
and finally winning?
It feels good. I'm actually really glad that like we had it like when we switched to the pre-made and the they still had the solo queue sign. I was always worried like, oh, there's gonna be a pre-made team that wins every single finals. It's gonna like I was a little worried like there'd be finals without any pre-made teams. But both last season and this season, you guys were able to make it over here. So I was like excited like, okay, cool. They're able to still match up with the teams like based on how we're setting them up. But then like you guys actually winning it. It makes me feel a little bit better. Like, okay, we're actually making teams that actually can compete, and we're picking the right, rosters and pre-made teams that actually fit in elos and stuff like that. Because like we have to deny some teams like, oh, this team's like way too high. They're like plat 1 average. Like, no, that's a little too extreme. And then there's times where you're like, oh, this team's way too low. Like, eh. So it's definitely rough sometimes in that aspect.
Yeah, it's definitely a balancing act.
Who gets MVP?
I think Sovereign. Sovereign
That's
Sovereign. Like if you watch Omega Game Alpha's games, you see Fezzasmarin pretty much he goes top, King in ends up destroying his enemy laner. That's pretty normal. And then he goes top, gets King in ahead, and then that's how they just take over the game that way. And then King in has the flank wards, and then he just like demolishes the team fight. But like because Sovereign
so many times.
Hold on, let him finish. I want to hear him sing.
But because Sovereign was like for some reason, I guess Fezzamar, I don't know if he was like sleeping or if like you were just tracking him and you just like had better pathing and more creative pathing. I think you did have some good stuff that he just like randomly greeted in the second game and he's at Wolves and you're like, why is this guy half health on my Wolves? Like things like that, where it's like that was troll as hell. Like he totally could have just like taken the first 2 camps and then just go like, I'm gonna book it, but instead he's there, he gets punished for it, and then like he's no longer in the game. Like you shut him out for the rest of the game. He never got to do anything else, even though he's playing like J4 Galio. Like
I knew I should have built more AP items.
I swear to God. After that kill, I was like, holy shit, what is he doing in my jungle?
Yeah, he did your red buff. He did his own red buff, and then immediately flying and dragged over the Rift Herald wall. Went straight for your blue. Then he grabbed your Gromp, and he's like, alright, I'm going to greed for the Wolves. It's like, if you know the timing, you should know that like the time it takes you to get from one buff to the enemy's buff is essentially they're taking another camp. And if you're doing the standard clear, which you were doing that game, you're going to go like the red, you're going to go Krugs, you're going to go Raptors, and you can go do Wolves. Like, you're going to do a full clear. So I don't know. I was really greedy of him. He didn't even ward to see where you were, like around the entrance. He warded like behind him, like you're gonna come from the river or something. It is strange. But I think, in my opinion, you're definitely the big core reason why you guys were able to survive Omega Games Alpha early game, especially game 1 too. Like that one could have gone way worse if you didn't do well in the early game. And then the pony game, you just took over. You got that lead. You're like, all right, run with it. I'm now pony. I'm now fast.
I want to give a shout out to Flyers for telling me to pick a Mumu to style on these kids.
The Mumu was good. I like the Mumu too.
Yeah, but comms like the first like 10 minutes is me yelling at Sov to just farm. Don't gank, just farm. You don't have ult. What are you doing? Farm, idiot.
Like I probably sat in that bot bush for like 2 minutes. I'm like, yo, let them push up. Let them push up.
Yeah.
No, you don't have your ult cooldown. No, but I got presence of mind. I want the stack.
What? That's not where you're supposed to go there. But I think that you're really crucial to the first game and the second game, and I think by the third game, I think Kingen was somewhere else. Their team was somewhere else. Yeah, their team was their mind was somewhere else. I mean, looking at the damage graph here for game 3, like Princeton, I think after the first game, we was playing LeBlanc, like not getting a lead like he normally gets, and Lane, he's like he was kind of lost, right? He didn't get the solo kill on the enemy mid lane. He's like, oh shoot, what do? I have to actually roam now. I was like, but my jungler got shut down. Like, what am I supposed to do now? I was like, I can't do anything. So it was just like really rough for him. Like the last game kind of just shows it. Like damage graph, like Janet almost did more damage than the enemy Ahri. Like, well done, Pocket Cookies. I think game two was all you, dude. Game two was all Pocket Cookies though. With the you literally denied every single J4 engage. That was actually insane to watch.
Can we just take a quick moment to just say how fucking filthy Snipers Ezreal is?
Oh yeah, there's a reason they picked it away.
Yeah, we were just doing the draft. I'm like, there's no way they don't.
They don't do something about it, yeah.
They were also so it was kind of disappointing from them just that they banned Morgana every game on blue side. Like, if you can't be blue side and pick Morgana first, there's a lot of problems.
Didn't they do it last week too, though? But they picked it, right? Right.
I'm not sure, honestly. Yeah.
I mean, last week they played Morgana twice last week, so I was expecting to see it some, but like I said, disappointed they just banned it on blue side both games.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Pocket Cookies. You don't even play stuff like the gal. You mainly play Enchanter support. So I don't know why. Yeah, why are they even?
Why are
they not just picking the Morgana and go like, if he's gonna play an Enchanter support, Morgana's great into it. It's totally fine.
I still went on them now.
I don't know, but I think all you guys collectively played really well. I mean, you guys were not making any crazy mistakes or anything like that, as opposed to, I think, Omega Game Alpha was definitely making more mistakes, and you guys were definitely on top of punishing them a lot better.
My game 2 versus Darius, I'm just like, well, I don't win this.
Yeah, you never win that. There's no point you ever win that lane matchup. So
the guy's just like, I can't farm. There's no farm. I'm like, yeah, dude, just fine. Just sit there and don't farm. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Just looking at him, having a blast.
That's a fun lane matchup, dude. I think game 3, it should have been that same way, honestly, but I don't know. I think he flubbed the early game where he's trying to poke you down too much at the level 1. So then he messed up his creep wave.
As well.
He was taking tower shots randomly as well when he could have had easy health advantages over you too. So I think he was a little tilted. He's like, I think there's a lot of pressure. He felt a lot of pressure on himself to I have to win lane because I'm playing Jace.
I also soloed him.
You also solo kill him because you punish him for trying to all in you, and you're like, I just clicked W, and this guy's gonna get knocked up. Now he loses. Now he gets procced on both sides of the queue. I get grass procs during this too. It's great. It's like you're free.
I was like, this is revenge from game 2.
Yeah, exactly.
I could do something.
Can I request a nickname change in the server for what season is this? Elder. This is ES.
What?
Or ES. Okay, can I get a name change to Sovereign ELS7
Just
MVP?
change your own nickname, dude.
I can't change my own nickname.
No,
It doesn't let me.
because I've changed it for him at one point. So what do you want it
at? Sovereign ELS7, because this is Elder League Season 7. MVP.
Yikes.
No, don't increase his ego. Give us MVP.
No, come on, dude. I'm the MVP.
I'm the MVP. I survived.
1 and 3 when
I survived.
Oh, yikes.
Oh my god, thank you, Pro. I love it.
I hope you enjoy it.
I will.
But
I will
like
treasure
I
it
said,
forever and always.
all you guys did really well. I like the fact that B-Snake didn't, in game 2, didn't actually get solo killed despite being... Most people that are down 30 or 40 farm, do the boneheaded thing and eventually get themselves killed. You did not.
He technically did get solo killed in one of the team fights where 3 of them went to chase him and he killed B-Snake.
When was it? Wait,
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
That's a team fight. That is a team fight.
Yeah, but it was
That's a team
solo-
fight. He didn't.
solo
He didn't do the stupid thing that most people do, where it's like, look, I could probably beat him now that I got my Sunfire cape, right? I'll be fine, right? No. He's like, no, I'm sitting on my turret, damn it. I'm waiting for the minions to come to me. I'm not giving this Darius any lead, because if he gets any lead, it gets so much harder for your team to win that game.
He can have 100 CS plus against me. I don't mind. That's fine.
Yeah, it's like, our team is triple Iceborne, we're just going to kite the dude.
Oh yeah, big shout out to B-Snake's ult in game 2 where he just knocked. Oh wait, was it? No, in game 3 where he knocks Olaf out of the pit.
Oh, the dragon pit?
Oh, yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah.
And then Olaf flashes back over, doesn't get the
did
steal.
he flashback?
He did.
That's so troll.
Once he
honestly.
finally got back there, but you guys already had the dragon.
Yeah, we already killed the dragon when
So
he got in.
So he's kind of awkward for him. He's like, oh, I guess I'm going to go after the Janna now.
I think he did that multiple times. Like he did that in the Aatrox game too, where he just like walked back into the pit after he was already out
Yeah.
and died for nothing.
Yep. I mean, I think there was like 2 or 3 flashes from Kingen as well, similar. Like you're gonna die here. He's like, he still flashed anyway. It's like, okay. I don't know. Dude, those weren't happening in game 1 though. Those all game 2 and 3. So like I said, I think they're just probably not used to losing the first game, honestly. It's kind of hard. Like it's like you're winning so often, it's very difficult to realize like, oh, I lost. And I'm like, okay, well, we gotta pick ourselves up. Try and win the next game. As opposed to a team like if you guys don't scrim or anything, you're not. You don't really care. You don't really care if you're winning or losing. You're not used to winning. You're not used to losing. You're just like, oh, we just shove Thursdays and play. It's like since you limit yourself so much, you don't have that tilt factor that comes in and stuff like that. It shouldn't be as bad for you guys. Anyway, I think that's all
I'll
my
say
questions
50-50.
and stuff. 50-50.
Alright.
You guys
Thanks
any
for
more
naming-
comments or anything like that? Anything you want to say?
Ooh.
I think the only other thing is catch Muffin and I over in Midnight League, where we look to take our 3rd straight fucking season win.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. That's the only other thing I got to say.
Alright.
We can.
Alright. I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Congratulations to Rabid Rabbits 3-0. The unexpected underdogs make it through, so congratulations to them. And I'm going to try and put these things onto YouTube.
Hey, yeah, because I gotta send this to all my friends.
Because
and family.
I've been really bad about that this season. Because I've been just using my computer 24/7, so it's like I haven't had a chance to post stuff on YouTube. Hopefully this Friday I can. For those of you who don't know, the Amateur League Invitational is going on for all the Gold and Below leagues going on, so please go visit that and watch that. That's this weekend as well, so that's from like Saturday 3 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. for the group stage and stuff like that, so that should be pretty hype. So I think that's about it for me, so thanks for tuning in, everybody, and good night.